Hello and welcome everyone to another race of the Crystal Full Item Rando 2022. Join with me, I'm Snowbear.
Hey, how's everyone doing? Good day to all, and this is the first, actually one of the first races of a fully loaded weekend.
Oh, absolutely. So we're starting a little bit behind normal, but we'll get it up to going. We have Smitty versus Wiser Osprey. This is Smitty's second race. Unfortunately, he did drop this first race, due to forgetting a single check. But this is still gonna be pretty good. We have two relatively newer runners who just kind of started in the most recent times, so it's exciting to see them both racing. Some background information on both of them, if you're wondering, is so Smitty has only started since I guess September. And his favorite Pokemon is Typhlosion, but he specifically said that he loves running Dragonite, which I can totally respect. Ice moves, don't scare him.
Honestly, Dragonite's kind of like they are just so good. They are worth running with 4 times weakness.
Oh, absolutely. Dragonite's got the highest base attack tied with Tyranitar, and it's got the better typing, so very much would approve of that. Wiser Osprey has done a couple of runs before this. His favorite Pokemon is Apom. But he said he's played a lot of Crystal, so I am definitely looking forward to both of them coming into play. And so in our stars we have Charizard, we have Politoed, and Executor. And Spade just takes the Charizard right away.
Wiser's taking the Politoed, so in a vacuum, Charizard is the better starter of the three. Like, Charizard is like a worse Moltres, which in turn is a worse Ho-Oh, but it's still okay. They both probably would want to find something better though.
Honestly, I actually would prefer Charizard over Moltres just because of its non-legendary experience for very similar stats. And also Charizard learns a lot more moves by level up, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Charizard stats are the same as Typhlosion, which is on screen, so... It's just got as you said, the worst typing. Politoed is definitely respectable. I have run it a couple times. I've never been super thrilled about it, because it really seems to hit a little bit softer than you think it would. But it's very respectable and and overall could be made to work.
Yeah, again, a lot of things could be made to work, but you really want something better.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would take Charizard over Politoed for the most part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Charizard is just good enough as is. Politoed needs a lot of help.
Politoed has the perk of a water stab, but there are a lot of better water abusing Pokemon.
Yeah. So it's relatively quiet start for this. Not too much, just some good money though to start with. Not too much on Route 30 going on. We got a Beedrill and a Seaking. Not as much, but that Charizard is really good. Right. And there's the Squirt Bottle. Talking about a slow start, we now have a level 20.
That's interesting.
Good leftovers.
Yeah, leftovers good.
So, for those who are just kind of tuning in, we have all the items shuffled. Hidden items are randomized completely differently. That's around the base randomized, so that could be anything. And seeing a leftovers is pretty nice early on. Although I don't expect them to equip it until much later. That means you don't have to kind of go out of your way to just go into Celadon for just the leftovers item.
So now they will both probably just rush the level 20 poke once getting to Violets. Looks like the sensible thing to do.
Absolutely, and the real question is, how are their rides going to diverge? Because with early Squirt Ball, there are so many paths you can take. If anything, I always hate it because I never know which path to take. It's more of a... So, early Squirt Ball is a savior when you have a really bad main to start with, and kind of an annoyance when you have a really a good main but with all, it really does give a lot of freedom to go in the movement around the map. You know, if you don't like the pseudo Wudo, there's also, you know, Bill's Poke as a level 20. You can also actually reasonably get Kenya. And then there's also, of course, you know, Route 37, Mount Mortar, and all the other mid-level, you know, pokes you can get.
Also, that Charizard had Stab, Fire Blast, which is good. It's a shame we are about to drop the Charizard, probably.
Yeah, Fire Blast, Bubble Beam, Petal Dance, and Body Slam. Like, that is a loaded moveset.
Yeah, Petal Dance is kind of bad. The rest of them is decent. But Stab, Fire Blast is what really...
I mean, the Politoed has a decent moveset. It's just, the only problem is that its stats don't line up as well as Charizard's do.
Well, Politoed had, I think, 100 special, which is good.
Is it 100 special?
I think it is. I mean, I'm going to...
it was like 80.
I had a spreadsheet with the base stats, and I'm gonna put it up because I think, like, it is stronger than Poliwrath.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. And I don't know, I don't remember if it was 100 or it was like something like 90 or something, but it was stronger than Poliwrath for sure.
Poliwrath, I think, has got like 70 special and like 80 attack, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's got like 80 special. But yeah, you know, one of the other interesting things is, you know, when you have early Squirt Bottle, sometimes it might be actually worth to go to the bug catching contest for a new main, along with picking up the items. Visor definitely pick up that item Dark Cave, and I'm sure you've heard us talk about it every single match. The randomizer won't force you to go into the into dark places without both Flash and Zephyr badge, so don't worry if you're just starting out and you don't know how to do the dark movement.
So yeah, just to clear that out of the way, yeah, Politoed is 90 special attack, 100 special defense. So
yeah, that's what it is. It's bulky, yeah. So Smitty did pick up the secret potion in the Runes of Elf, and the Pseudo-Wudo is a Farfetch'd. I would probably just catch it just to have it as something you could roll through, but that's definitely not the main that they're seeking.
You can probably main it until, I don't know, Bill spoke or something.
Smitty picking up that Rock Smash TM item, very good. Make sure you get that item in your inventory, otherwise you are unable to buy Rock Smash until you accept his item. That's one of those weird quirks that we have. That's just part of the original game, but...
Yeah, that's similar to the to Elm's items. So some items that Elm gives to you have higher priority.
Yeah, so Rising Badge takes priority over the egg. Smitty did a little bit of a victory lap around Item Fighter House, only to get Sweet TM.
Yeah, for good luck, but yeah.
That's okay. We'll see how he does it. He does enter the center for that cutscene to trigger Bill's poke, but is going through to towards Mount Mortar. I do like this play, especially if he has escape ropes.
Yeah, we might find some interesting stuff here. Like here, there are Pokemon in its mid-10s.
Oh, that Farfetch has dig. All right. So that saves you escape ropes. They've already used their one escape rope that they need to use, and then as long as you have dig, you don't need to use much else. I know I'm a little bit weird, but I actually wouldn't have repelled here in Mortar, because you know you don't like your level 20 Farfetch, so there's like level 13s to 15s here, so...
Unless he likes it. I mean, I don't know, I don't judge.
But he is going all the way to Route 43. I can appreciate that. He's got enough repels to make it work without it being too much of a hassle, so definitely okay.
Again, I would probably not repel for now.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so he does do the save reset. Very good. So he'll just dig out of the cave. Now that it... Oh, actually, not even that. I forgot he saved right at the center. Even better. Repelling through... here. Guess he's just made it on Bill's poke, whereas Wiser says, you know what, I think he likes his Polytoad better. And just... No, never mind, he just switched to the Farfetch. I mean, early game levels make a bigger difference than the actual Pokemon, so I can definitely respect just getting through.
Can't even one-shot the Dodrio though. That's Farfetch. Not good.
No. But I do, this is also, as I was saying, that this is why I really like watching early Squirt Bottle, because no two people have the same route.
Yeah, I mean, even if you have the Squirt Bottle, doing the standard play, like beating Faulkner, going south to 32, I mean, that's also potentially good.
Yeah, if you have a main you like, I'm still okay with doing that. Personally, I like to go on the crazier meme side and do sort of what Smitty's doing, and just, you have open free reign into the world, and you have the means of going around. Might as well use it, right?
I mean, in the end, it is not likely to matter, at least not to matter as much as some of the endgame decisions when you are chasing the last badges or so. You have to decide between a few uncomfortable locations. So here, they are both probably going to check basically the same stuff, just the order is going to be different.
Yeah, the one scary thing is this one trainer that Smitty's fighting is always my bane, because I'm trying to go with either underleveled Pokemon or the pseudo is just not good enough. And so you always have to be careful about that. I have wiped to it too many times.
Faulkner has nothing, but that's his progress.
I mean, exactly. At least it does open up Route 32 to Wiser.
Leveling up that Charizard. Here now the slight inconvenience is repels are not going to work anymore.
No, because he didn't put in the Farfetch. I mean, Farfetch did fade though as well. So.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, that's the one thing, is that this is why it's kind of weird, but in the early game, when I'm looking for a new main, I wouldn't necessarily repel. Normally we advocate for repelling as much as you can, but when you're looking for a new mains, while collecting items, it's not the worst deal.
We're going to see Sprout Tower, which Smith skipped for now. I mean, there may be something like, I don't know, HMO3 would be good. Sephiroth is also pretty good to find.
It's actually really good for him, because since he picked up the egg from the center, he can actually just talk to the guy for his item. You know, a lot of people forget that he does give an item. I mean, it's a Miracle Seed in the vanilla game, which is kind of pointless, but it is something.
It's kind of pointless, especially since grass type sucks in this generation.
I mean, I think you have to wait until much later generations to actually have some decent grass type moves. So we'll see what Kenya is for Smitty, or alternative, and as well as Bill's poke. Bill!
It's a Cyndaquil.
Alright.
It's a level 20 Cyndaquil.
Oh, that's a bird! That's a bird! Oh! That's a bird, Kenya. I would definitely look at that. Even though you don't have any obedience badges, I would definitely look at it. Because it could be something like Zapdos, like I had last night. Even though I was so tempted to switch to it, but...
No, there are a lot of good birds in this game, actually.
Yeah, so definitely always... This is what it's kind of weird to say, hey, look at the Kenya. But also there's something, like, sometimes when Kenya has a teleport, you kind of want to keep the Kenya after that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, which I often make the It was a mistake. I often don't bother, and sometimes I regret it.
Oh, he's switching in the canyon. We'll be able to see what it is.
It's
Oh.
an Atu.
It was the Natu that was giving him so much issue.
Yeah, at least it dodged the dig.
So this is the one thing about getting an all traded Pokemon mains is that you get double experience. So it definitely even helps even if you have a legendary. But the problem is you have to worry about obedience limits. Although Smitty goes a little bit different way through the basement thing. It is technically quicker that way. However, when you go back to go fight the basement rocket, it's a little bit slower. I prefer going from the top anyways, but it's a slight preference. Either way, it looks like Weiser's not having any issue with the tower, just kind of plowing through it, as you do with the level 20.
Interestingly, Smitty has nothing he can really sell unless he's going to sell an elixir. Probably wants to buy some repels. A revive.
I'm surprised he's not taking. He didn't save enough money for a water stone, so that's actually somewhat troublesome as well.
Hey, that's Flash HM on the Flash Old Man, so that's good.
All right.
Where else?
I mean, we gotta have at least one vanilla thing just to keep you on your toes. All right. Vital throw, and then we had, I think, Twin Needle and nothing relevant here. He is gonna buy his Rock Smash Jam though.
That's good. Yeah, both Flash HM and Flash Bat on the Orient Sprout Tower.
So that does put in all of the the Violet Dark Cave into logic. Weiser, I guess, picking up the elixir that he forgot to talk to that Rock Smash guy for, so at least getting that done. I know it's a little bit, so Weiser, Smitty did go the faster way through, picks up the clear bell there, but through the mart. But I actually like I know it's slower, I will take the elevator down to the basement first, just so I can get any items to sell.
Yeah, it's kind of a trade, kind of a trade-off. I kind of do this whatever. I'm not really consistent at that. Sometimes I do it one way, sometimes I do it the other way. And he actually soft resets there on the Nugget, which, I mean, considering the amount of money that he has, or that he doesn't have, I would probably not reset for the Nugget. Just kind of it's kind of the downside of abusing soft resets. I mean, it saves you some time, but you might be short on cash because of it. Right, we got the basement key, which a reminder of how this is logically handled. Which is the basement is not in logic until we get the card key. Although, if you wanted to do it now, if you wanted to try and beat your rival with like 4 or 5 little 30 plus mons, then you could get the items in the basement before getting the 7 badges, before having to fight all the rockets. But we're not going to do it, because that's not really a good idea. Yeah, now Weiser kinda following in Smitty's footsteps. Just that he already did Sprout Tower and got a few important things from it. By the way, just to get a heads up, Snowbear just had something come up, so he had to leave for a few minutes. He'll come back later. Yeah, so in case you were wondering, where did Snowbear go? Well, he'll be back. So we are seeing a Slowpoke, well, on Smitty's screen, who is giving Cyndaquil a go. Again, Typhlosion's decent. The Quilava is not really that strong. Well, never mind Cyndaquil. At least Cyndaquil will evolve once it levels up. But then you are stuck with a Quilava until like level 30 something. Why sir, I buy X items? This is probably not the moment to buy X items. I mean, you can buy some, but you really want $1,000 to buy the Rock Smash TM. So let's see what he sells now. Let's sell the Lovely Kiss TM, it's fine. The Amnesia TM, he's going to sell all the TMs. I mean, Amnesia could be situationally useful, but... Weiser buys the Rock Smash TM. Now the question is, will Smitty stop and go defeat Baxi? At this point it's probably a good idea, because they are missing a lot of stuff. They don't have Surf, they don't have any way to get to Kanto, they don't have neither Fly or the Fly TM. On top of everything, neither really has a good main, which is the saddest part. Right, Lucky Paralysis, kicking in. Also good miss, good Icy Wind miss. Yeah, yes, finishing the fight with a little bit of luck. Going to check the last forest item. Why, sir? It's going for and will challenge the Goldenrod City Gym. Let's see how it goes for him. Again, I don't think it will be all that easy for him. Oh Jesus, that's a female Cyndaquil. That's really not good. That's 0 or 1 attack DVs. Yeah, we are challenging Azalea City Gym. Lucky Air Blast miss to get through the fight. Weiser is fighting the optional trainer. He's probably hoping to get a level on this Cyndaquil which allows it to evolve. I'm guessing he doesn't have any more potions. Right, he's getting through. Meanwhile, we are watching the Baxi fight on the left-hand side. This Paras at least drops in... Oh yeah, he actually... that the Cyndaquil died. The Drill Peck will have come in handy. Baxi gives nothing, actually. Again, I don't blame him for not skipping it. You're really hoping for something to advance, either the pass probably, or the surf, HM and badge. Speaking of batches, that's not it. And Smitty will be wrapping around onto Violet City soon enough. Right, what did Whitney add? The expansion card. So depending on how much, by the way, well, right, actually Smitty can't get the Miracle Seed item, but depending on how much Smitty is willing to delay Whitney, might be in trouble trying to find that expansion card later on. And Smitty saves before going into Dark Cave in the dark, actually, and we can expect for something important to be here. We can expect it because, again, both the Flash badge, the Zephyr badge, and Flash are in a Sprout Tower, which Smitty will eventually need to go to because he needs the badge. Nothing here. Oh, wow, there was nothing behind Dark Cave. I'm actually kind of surprised. Wiser getting into a critic for the first time. Smith is doing the gym. You know, he'll probably do Sprout Tower later. It's again, now he's not in a position to be skipping stuff. And the available locations are progressively running thin. Yeah, this is interesting. We are seeing a Kimono Girls play. If the Kimono Girls play pays off, it could be pretty big for Wiser, who is generally making slower progress than Smitty. But for example, he already has that expansion card from Whitney, which I don't know how fast Smitty will get to. Yeah, that fight on Weiser's screen was kind of ridiculous. Let's see, now Kilava is dead, so he'll have to make do with whatever's left of his team. Probably not this, but he'll just revive. He even has more revives, which he doesn't. Smitty climbing up Sprout Tower, he will get, or he already got the Zephyr Badge, he will get HMO5, which are not immediately useful for him, because he already checked the Dark Cave. We are going out, going to heal. I think. We are going to look for another main here. This is what we are going to do. Or not, we are repelling. It's kind of strange that he left the Kimono Girls challenge midway. And again, as I was saying before, we are kind of running short on stuff to do. Smitty's best play, you know, he could do Morty, but probably Olivine City would be a good thing to check now. Good place to check. Olivine and the Lighthouse. See what he does. Weiser again is not continuing, as he just defeated 3 Kimono Girls. He's not continuing. Just checking the burn tower now. Also, Weiser, you just taught Rock Smash, so it's probably be good to check the Rock Smash item. We're probably on the way out. Right, if he can get that rollout going, this can actually be good. Clever dies in 2 Mega Kicks though. But good critical hit. So this could make the fight a little bit smoother, though this doesn't die in a single rollout. Right, Smitty doing Whitney, he will get the expansion card once he's done. That's unfortunate on Wiser screen getting burned. They'll just reset the fight. Honestly, I would try to sub cannon this guy. I think you really need the paralysis to get through this. There we go. This is the state of the mains for both players. It's kind of sad, honestly, but it is what it is. Just hydro pump that cargo. Right, that also works. And Smitty now following in Wiser's footsteps. And at this rate, Smitty might finish the fight before Wiser. Well, this is actually the last Pokemon on Wiser's screen, I think. Yeah. I will get to listen to the roamers once Smitty gets there. Also, yeah, their rival fights are not the same, actually. Because they pick different starters. And, so far, it seems like Wiser was getting the short end of the stick here. Are we finishing Kimono Girls? I wonder. We're going to get a lot of EXP on this Charizard. We are not finishing Kimono Girls. Look at these Charizard carrying the fight in the end. Right, we'll listen to the roamers now. See if it's anything interesting. It's nothing really interesting. So that was Chinchou. This is a... the first one was Chin Chow, the second one I don't even remember anymore. This one's a Smoochum? Might be. Do I need a hand? I think Snowbird should be back soon enough. Just need to leave, take care of some unexpected stuff. Yeah, Jigglypuff was the second. Yeah, probably. I just forgot the cry. Yeah, Chinchou, Jigglypuff, Smoochum. Which, I mean, doesn't really... wouldn't really improve their situation all that much. And we will be going up to the lighthouse. Smitty doing some shopping. Yeah, we want to buy at least like 40, maybe 50 repels could be good. I just got a heads up from Snowbear. Should be back in like 15 minutes. We'll just get ready to update him on the state of the race as he gets back. But generally speaking, they are both having a lot of trouble in fights because their mains are bad. Wiser even more so than Smitty. Smitty is ahead. It's ahead in terms of checks. He found the Pokegear in Celia Town and found the Thunder Badge. I think that was in Union Cave. There are places that Weiser didn't get to yet. Yeah, Weiser even got female Kulava, which is especially bad if you want to abuse something like Drill Peck or so. It's terrible. Right, so we should be getting something here. Ideally, we will get either the pass or the SS ticket. Start looking for stuff in Kanto. And particularly start looking for a better main. Oh yeah, also we had the secret potion later on or early on, but at this point, Jasmine will not be an easy gym leader fight actually. Only one item left. So far, this has been empty. Completely empty. So I don't know if you have any bets on what the last item could be. HMO1 would be interesting as well. Would put the cut spots into logic, including the 3 over in the Lake of Rage. It's nothing. So what now? We haven't done, either Mori or the Kimono Girls. We are not going to do Jasmine right away. But yeah, Kimono Girls, just a reminder, Weiser defeated 3 of these. This is annoying. This is really annoying for Smitty. Right, Weiser is almost done. This place as well. Yeah, besides Morty, we don't have a lot more stuff we can do. Try to think. But what else they could do? If they find the rainbow wing, the string, the seed, the seed might well be asking them to go to Team Tower. there's the plane badge, which opens a check over in Goldenrod. But we are doing Morty first, because, again, we have a lot more stuff we can do. Right, Weiser is trying Jasmine, which is a bold move. Starts with an Eagle buff. He could just set up an XP with a few specials. Eagle buff is using Kinesis, which can be annoying. It failed twice. He's spamming Kinesis. Hit him once with it, and now he's not hitting anything because, of course. Jesus Christ. His accuracy is so busted. Accuracy drops. So annoying. Wow. I mean... gotta hate some of the crap that this game throws at you sometimes. Let's get hit by one Kinesis, then miss 5 out of 6 next attacks. We're trying again. Actually, Weiser's best bet might be to roll out on the Eagle buff. Spamming false swipe. Meanwhile, Smitty or Weiser still missing attacks. It's awful. Yeah, we have Snowbird back. Welcome back. You missed surprisingly little. Yeah, they are both struggling a lot in fights. And we are kind of running out of things to do. So let's see what Morty has. The Rainbow Wing, as I was mentioning before. So now probably the game expects them to go to the Tin Tower right away. And I just missed what
Okay.
Jasmine
Sorry,
had.
I must have accidentally muted myself.
Alright.
I come back to seeing Morty having something. I'm disgusted.
And to be fair, it was pretty much his last option.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, I guess it's sort of I'm sort of surprised that they're still running the Quilava, but I suppose neither of them really looked for mortar mains or anything, and you know, it was good enough.
It's been miserable for both of them. So, one interesting thing, Weiser just like pretty long ago, like 20 minutes ago, just fought 3 of the Kimono Girls. Now he's fighting the remaining 2. And this is good because they had the playing badge. Yeah, Smitty is ahead in terms of checks. Pretty much everything Smitty has that Weiser doesn't is in southern Johto, which Weiser hasn't gotten to yet.
Alright, so it is good to see, you know, getting the checks in. It's unfortunate that both of them have struggled mightily, and unfortunately that is unfortunately to be expected when you have a middle evolution. But the nightmare should be over soonish for Smitty, because either he's gonna get
Wanna hear what the roamers are?
Oh sure.
The roamers are Chinchou, Jigglypuff, and Smoochum.
Well, I would have gone.
Smoochum...
Chinchou would have been maybe acceptable because it's a Lantern that doesn't die, but...
Smoochum will be the Suicune, and it levels up in 1 level, so...
yeah.
I mean, it's better than the Kulava.
Yeah, although...
point, it's about to evolve as well.
Well, that's what I was saying, it's about to evolve, so even without the thing, but yeah, this Grand Bull's been tearing him a new one. Yikes! Oof. Yeah, because I mean, Sludge Bomb Grand Bull, was that a male Grand Bull too on the stage?
I didn't pay attention.
I don't know, maybe not. I doubt it. I don't think they have that. I don't think they have that high of stats. But yeah, it's pretty scary.
So yeah, right now Smitty, besides this, he can do he could do how's her name? Jasmine, which Weiser just did and did not have anything. At least I don't think so, because I just missed it. And he could check the plain batch item over in the flower shop, but nothing else. Everything else is we have already seen.
Oh boy, that.
That's surprising. For example, to see Dark Cave have nothing with
early access and logic.
Yeah, it was such early access, and it really had nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it looks like from their streams that Jasmine had anything. If anything, hopefully Smitty gets more special attack moves or something.
Also, yeah, the fact that Weiser has been running a female Quilava, of all things, this spamming Drill Pick for like 0 damage.
I mean, unfortunately, and Weiser, actually, you don't need to fight that trainer, actually.
You don't.
But it may be the lack of, I guess it's just sort of it may not be something experimented, but yeah, you can avoid that one trainer, actually, by going around. That's the only trainer you can avoid in the gym, but... yeah, no, this has been kind of rough, but as you pointed out, the female means a 0 or 1 attack DV Quilava, because it is a starter. Oh, it is a female Grand Bull, okay, yeah, I was scared, because I was like, if it's a male Grand Bull. But, luckily, I think the AI for the stages is not... I don't think it's the smartest AI, because it's not using Sludge Bomb all the time.
Gets a lucky crit with Ember, which makes things a little bit easier.
I think in this case, I don't know if I would even switch to the Jinx. I mean, pretend like Smoochum. I mean, it is a Jinx, which could have better special moves, but on the other hand, you're gonna be losing seconds every time you enter battle.
Yeah, I mean, we are about to We are about to go to Teen Tower, so we can still see what the Ho-Oh is. If you really wanted, you could not repel in the upper floors, get some level 30 something encounters.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, as you pointed out, though, we have not only the Suicune, but we do have also the mysterious this thing in the box. I mean, the Ho-Oh up top. So, that's also an alternative at this point, right? Anyways, I have huge shout out to Sasas for being able to solo carry while I had to deal with some unexpected circumstances.
No problem. In life, it comes at you when you least expect it.
Although this Wobbuffet is giving him some unexpected trouble there.
Yeah, Wobbuffet is one of those Pokemon that you would never use yourself, but you are never happy to see it in the opposing team either.
Yeah, I'm not sure if... I mean, I understood the idea behind using the rollout there. I think just the consistent damage of Drillpeck was definitely the better choice on his second attempt through. Alright. So that's all of them. So please save! Spinnies, please save before the Suicune. So if you don't...
Nope.
Ooh, so okay, so if you're not aware of...
I think he has a Master Ball.
Okay. If you're not aware, if you wipe or just to the Suicune, it will not be there again for you. You have to save outside of the tower and do that, but... Alright.
Or maybe I saw it wrong.
Alright, so he's reviving the Farfetch. That's a Hyper Beam Smoochum. Watch out. I don't think it's revivable to switch to. Not with
I
the
would
two moves
still
now.
catch it though.
Oh, absolutely. Although he is catching
did
it
have
rather
a
than
Master
Master Ball. I guess he's trying to save the Master Ball for later, which is acceptable. Sorry, it's not unacceptable. It's totally understandable and acceptable. Excuse me. So, I guess this is our last bastion for progress then, right?
Yeah, unless there's nothing here and the thing we are looking for is in the flower shop, I don't know.
Looks like Spinny has a really big stack of Super Repels. 51 is more than enough for the rest of the game. I think generally 40 is, even with the worst options, what you can have. And I think Wiser just beat... Yeah.
Wiser doesn't have the Clear Bell just yet. There's the Cat HM.
Where is Clearbell?
I don't remember, but you were here when they found it, so it was...
Oh, that was early on.
Yeah.
I think that was March or something like that. Sorry, my brain has been sort of fried. That's what happens when you...
Oh, it was, I think I think it was this guard or this dude or the other one over in Goldenrod. I think it was one of the two.
Alright, well, regardless, he's got some backtracking to do. Cut opens up 3 checks at the Lake of Rage, and also the check on Route 32, the Roar guy. Spinny definitely showing off those save reset strats for optimal movement, very good. It can be definitely a big pain in the butt to have to, for example, in that middle column, if that item is required, you have to go back down all around and go back, so... You know, I think, would you at this point, if the TM's was okay, would you reset or would you just keep it knowing that you need a TM?
I would probably just keep it. I usually also don't even save for reset at this point. Because I mean,
Right.
it's 2 items. It's likely that one of them will be required, and even if not, it's likely that one of them would at least be good to keep. You know, a max revive, a full restore, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So I personally don't really abuse save reset nearly as much as most people do. Because I like keeping my items. There's the pass.
I think we have. I think that's. It's not going to be a main switch, I think, at this point, but that's at least some comfort.
It's a
That's not
Butterfree?
the hoe. That's not the hoe. No,
Butterfree.
it's Caterpie.
Well,
Well, I mean, it could be a Butterfree. I mean, just ask Pokemon Fan. He would run this all day. But Smitty takes a understandable nope and runs away. Go free, Caterpie. Go free. Yeah, so we not as much progress as I thought, but Pass is definitely opens up a lot more since that does open up Rock Tunnel and Route 12. So those are some also important checks to have. As well as the Route 15 item. And everyone's favorite item, the Nugget Hedge Maze cut.
So yeah, I think we are here at least for like another 2 hours.
Oh, please, no.
I mean, the start of this race has been particularly slow, not because of the runners, but because of like the overall context, right?
Oh, absolutely.
No good mains.
The Thunder
pretty much
Badge.
last locations. We are seeing last locations over here. Things like that.
Alright, so we have the Thunder Badge. So I guess, it could have been that Weiser just didn't do... Oh, I guess he just didn't do the path to Azalea.
Nope.
He is picking up some hidden items, which I can understand for selling things. Although I'm more of a person where I will pick them up only in the first 2 routes, and then after that, it's just taking up extra bag space I don't need.
Yeah, so in item Rando anyway, you are picking up a lot of stuff, right? Just from the items that you can see.
Yeah, with key item randos, it makes a little more difference since you're so strapped for cash.
When we are doing our first Kanto checks, just keep in mind we haven't found the Fly HM nor the Fly Badge, which at this point could be in the Kanto checks we have available to us, because just got to pass.
Yep, that's right. Did you talk about... I don't know if we've talked about the Fly logic a little bit with people, but we have some rules with how Fly and Storm Edge can be. And it depends on how you get access around. For example, you'll never be forced to take the boat to get your access to it. It won't be east of Mahogany, it won't be in West Kanto, and it won't be beyond the waterfall in Tojo Falls. So, those are the main things of how to do it. Because, as the Sasas mentioned, we have the pass. It can be in both Johto and Kanto. This is actually one of the worst scenarios for the Storm Badge because it could be in so many different places.
We have the Cut HM, so it can be in our favorite place, like behind the bush in Route 25.
Oh yeah. Okay, we got Strength, so that's huge as well. That opens up a couple of... I guess by itself it doesn't open that many checks, but it does open up access to Mount Mortar Strength checks. And once we have more badges, it'll open up East Johto.
Also haven't found neither the Surf HM nor the Surf Badge yet.
I think since we have the Pokegear and expansion card, odds are it's actually going to be West Kanto. From what I've seen is that when the game offers you early West Kanto access, Surf is usually there.
Yeah, still missing the radio card. I check TMs.
Yeah. Okay, so we
Never
have...
misses. Belly Drum, I mean, could be interesting, right?
Wait, which one's Belly Drum? Oh, it was
TM17.
Okay.
And
I
that
don't-
one's either Petal Dance Trash or Outrage.
Or Outrage, yeah. And then there were some other ones that were probably not as good either, so unfortunately not getting bailed out by the TMs, and he is during the daytime, so that means I guess he bought Rock Throw thinking it might have been Rock Slide, but Rock Slide is a flinch chance one actually. Oh, that's what I'm just assuming. It could be just Rock Throw because he needs something. I think at this point, would you even consider doing Cycling Road for main, knowing how much you've struggled with this Typhlosion?
Honestly, I would at least check one or two things in the Cycling Road.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't normally check when you have a main this level, but considering how much it's given you trouble, I think it's worth checking.
Like, at the very least, I think they would appreciate a decent backup. At this point.
Absolutely. Oh, and he is checking Sweet Scent. That's using Sweet Scent for. I think that's fine with this. Personally,
I don't think it's worth it in Item Rando, but it's
well,
fine.
I don't think it's worth it in this place, but
Ooh.
okay, we have some potential spoons or knives. It's kind of hard to tell. It's showing our typical knives. Hopefully, for his sake, it has some spoons in that cupboard.
Let's see.
And its moveset is.
Bad.
Ooh,
Moveset is bad.
I think. I
Not
wouldn't even call
nice.
that knives. I think.
No,
I think he's got Nerf bats.
Well, we already got that.
So I heard Sasa say you really like that Smoochum.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of telling you that you use that smooch. Wiser actually. Oh, that can be good as well. It's a female, but still, you take those, right?
So he still
Or
has some
not.
level 33 slots here. So there's actually some small differences here with depending on your time and day. There are some differences in the levels of the wilds. In this case, having daytime, you have one less level 33 spot. But yeah, this has been.
Actually, Wiser closing in on the Poke Gear, which is Azalea Town Charcoal.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I think. So, okay, so what I think Smitty's gonna do is check some backup things. So it's unfortunate that he's not sweet sending for or trying to get the level 33 slot there, but this route west of Fuchsia also has up to a level 30. So if you wanted to check there, that's another acceptable spot. Another place that people wouldn't do, especially because he has cut axes, is the route right above Cycling Road also has up to a level 30. So there's plenty of spaces to have decent level Pokemon. Even Route 15, which is the one to the east of Fuchsia, has I think up to level 27s or 28s. So that's also an option.
I honestly would have got that Pinsir. I really like Pinsir.
Pinsir is very solid.
It's really good.
While it is frail in terms of its HP, it is very solid attack, and in this case, I mean, I think it probably you could make a case that it's definitely better than the, or
It's
most
pretty-
likely better than the Quilava.
It's pretty fast as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing is that a lot of times to make a main work, you need to have either something that can take a hit and dish it back out, or something fast and furious. But yeah, as it was pointed out in the chat, these races do tend to take about 2.5 to 3.5 hours. This is probably going to be a little bit on the longer side, considering progress has been a little bit slow. And as Sasa said, it's not our runner's fault. It's just been very bottlenecked, and because in the end of the day, not so much is locked behind Surf that that when you don't have Surf in these times, it can really throw you off.
I think the worst thing so far has been the fights. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and that's the hard part. And I think that's what really shows the skills of the runners is knowing what's just enough to get you through, even the tough times. So I definitely applaud both of our runners for pushing it through with this Quilava and realizing, you know, it's probably the best thing they're going to have for a while.
The odds of surf not being required, I think it's like literally 0. Well, it could be. I mean, it could be not required, but that would. I mean,
That's usually a jet seed if surf's not required, because surf locks so much of the map out.
I mean, you could technically get to red without surf, technically.
Yeah. But the chances of surf not being required are so infinitesimal. I think
you are probably more likely to win the lottery.
Well, I mean, the only time I've actually had that is because when I made a custom ROM for Storms.
Yeah.
It actually went really quickly, although that was because some of the badges ended up being duplicated by accident. But it was more that you realize how much is actually locked behind surf.
Behind service, like not doing the rocket hideout whatsoever, not doing world islands, not doing most of Union K as well, but most of Mortar, most of my Mortar.
I mean, those are the biggest checks there. I mean, as we talked about. Yeah. I'm sorry if I haven't been keeping track with the tracker about, you know, which ones or what items Wiser's been getting.
I actually can't remember where the Clearwell or the basement key were for Smitty, but I'm pretty sure Wiser hasn't got them yet.
Yeah. You know, in this case, actually, I would have actually contemplated going to the basement. It's not in logic because they don't have the card key and they don't have 7 badges. But with a level 30 main, you can fight Rival, and oh no, that's a ride-on.
This is really problematic.
I hope it. Oh my god!
It's
and it has swords. Ride-on.
Yeah.
No!
I don't think you're getting through that.
You need a special attack for Ride-On. So Ride-On has one of the highest has a very high attack, but its main issue is that it has no special defenses. And if you can't target its special defenses, you're gonna be in for a rough time.
Does this have like? Oh, yeah, sad. I mean, if this had like, I know, an ice move or something, could have saved the run. I think Smitty is really trying to salvage it, but I don't see a way to salvage this.
Well, okay, so here we go. It's confused with Thrash. If he can somehow get it to use Thrash on himself,
he already snapped out.
Yeah, no, he needed the burn. He needed that Ember burn. I think. Oh, yeah. So Wiser's teaching Feint Attack 2. Actually, I think that would have been probably decent enough for him, but I think, did Smitty just reset or just accept the wipe?
He just accepted the wipe.
I mean, I think in that case you were really kind of hard pressed because you don't have anything targeting anything that's 2 or 4 times super effective against the Ride-On that he probably wouldn't be able to survive unless he set up a lot on the other pokes, and he just couldn't. With regards to the odds of surf not being required, I don't know the statistics, and I can't give an accurate comparison. It's just very unlikely.
I don't know the exact like percentage of checks that are behind surf, but a significant amount.
I think it's more than half.
More than half?
Yeah. I think more than half is walked behind Surf at least.
And so, I mean, and there's like 16 badges plus a few other required items like the Poke Gear and the radio cards, and they all have to be like not behind these checks, plus the necessary HMs. It's a lot of items. If you take out half the locations of the game,
oh yeah,
it isn't going to work out.
No, it's also a lot of it's spread out too. So that's the thing, is that so I guess going back to an earlier point that I was saying is that oh whoops, oh yeah, no, sorry, Weiser did beat. I guess he's trying to figure out where he missed items. But I think with Smitty's situation, I would actually consider fighting Rival 4, even though it's out of logic, because we don't have card key and it's not 7 badges. But there are all those items you can pick up.
Yeah,
and you have a level 30 main.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where Weiser missed locations, because I can't remember either for the life of me where the basement key, which Weiser doesn't have unless I
will pull up.
Missed it.
I'll pull up the race to see if we can figure that out. I think we can pull up their streams to see what his tracker. He doesn't. I mean, it's all based off of his tracker himself, but he does have the clear bell and the basement key marked on his.
Oh yeah.
So I think he has
completely botched that. Right, that's the Fly HM, by the way.
Oh. Fly HM in the... Alright, very good. So clear bell, basement key, I'll mark those. And then... Yeah, so it's sort of been more higher pressed for them both, though, because... Alright. So I guess just the Fly HM was here, which is really inconvenient. If the game was being really mean at this point, I think it would put the Storm badge on that cut, as you mentioned, right by the Nuggy Hedge people. Because that's the last place people will check.
Yeah, early cut makes that, or at least cut earlier than Surf and Fly, makes that specific location highly suspicious.
Oh, absolutely. Although, he hasn't checked Route 12, though, which has the 2 items for him.
So something else that's
and
highly
Rock
suspicious. Yeah, Rock Tunnel, I was about to say. Because, I mean, we had Flash very early on. Nothing was on Dark Cave. And I mean, it's how a rando works, right? I mean, Flash earlier makes it more likely for stuff to be behind Flash. Doesn't guarantee it, though. I mean, the thing is, so something must be behind Flash. It doesn't. It's just slightly more likely. But
oh no, absolutely. I mean, you kind of have to. It's kind of a game to figure out where the placement is, because of how the randomizer places stuff. It places things backward. It's a backwards fill. So it starts with everything there, and as it places items down location, it cuts out other places they can be. So if there's something like even Surf or Fog badge in Rock Tunnel, you're most likely going to be pointed in that direction with something like Flash and Zephyr badge. From what I can sort of glean, it's not entirely there, but there is a sort of logic chain to that it requires.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than some of the old key item randomizer, which was forward fill, or random fill, which was sort of like almost like forward fill, because it randomly assigned things and had the check going forward if that was possible. So it's a little bit different kind of ways of doing randomizing.
Like, less efficient. Which, I mean, for key item rando, you don't have to randomize as much stuff, so you can get away with it. Here, that you have to randomize, or even if you get hidden items into the mix. So,
sorry.
Yeah, so I just say I don't really know how much time it could take to randomize using forward fill, but a lot longer.
I don't know if it's necessarily that. I think it's just different things. Whereas when you do random fill, it's more likely the progress is going to be all front loaded. Whereas when you do backwards fill, it's a more even distribution. How its efficiency of doing randomization is actually more probably based on specific. I would guess it's more like on how you have your algorithm. That's something that I suppose ERC can more delve into. Who is the creator of this full item randomizer? Who's been working on it for now at least a little more than a year and a half.
It's a big project.
It's a big project, and he's been maintaining it well, as he's maintaining now the speed choice as well. So, huge shout-outs to ERC for making this even possible. Oh, thank goodness, we have Typhlosion. Oh, things are gonna be so much better for Spitty.
Still, you could do a lot better, but I mean, we're at Typhlosion at least now.
And that's the fog badge? Oh my gosh. This? Well, I don't think either.
That's
Weiser hasn't thought it.
I don't know, because Weiser did this fight. I don't know if he actually won the fight or if he gave up.
I think he must have given up because he doesn't have it marked on his own internal tracker.
Right. Yeah, actually, Secret Potion was fairly early as well.
Yes, yeah, actually. So throw everything out of the, we were talking about a little bit, throw that a little bit out of the window, because this was the randomizer saying, hey, here's your fog badge from the get-go, pretty much. You just have to get to it, right?
Yeah, just beat this gal with level 30-something mons with actual garbage.
Well, I mean, I don't think either of our racers really checked the routes around, so they kind of, I think, and this is sort of something that comes with, I think, some experiences, realizing that you sometimes can't just rely on, your pre-designated mains, that sometimes you might want to accept a little bit lower level on these on the other routes to see if there's something acceptable there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as well. Yeah, they didn't really look. Didn't really waste a lot of time looking for another Pokemon. Which, I mean, on one hand, you probably don't want to spend a lot of time looking for Pokemon in an item randomizer. Right.
On the other hand, though, sometimes when you realize you kind of don't have a good option, sometimes you have to take be willing to take that time risk. It's my opinion, but
yeah, Weiser is actually going forward and going to check the basement.
I like this play, however, I think he's a little bit on the lower. If I checked, I think he's mid-20s here, and I don't know how much setup items he bought.
This is not the lead you want to see.
No, it's not.
This is not the
Thunder Punch Ho.
That's not what you want to see.
I think at this point, did he save before going in?
I would reset. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
think if you see a Ho Thunder Punch and you look at what your current Pokemon are, I don't think it's gonna take a long time to win, if at all. Especially because Ho does have... Oh my gosh, it has so much special defense. It's got 154 base special defense. It actually has more special defense than it does attack, which is crazy, right?
Yeah, you have Hydro Pump, but it's far-fetched Hydro Pump.
Even if it's super effective, it's not going to be doing very much to that Ho-Oh. Okay, so Smitty is going through. He did fight that biker so that he can return back.
Oh, he actually didn't save.
Okay.
His last save is on... ooh, that's a level 50 mon.
Okay, oh yeah, okay, so Smitty realizes it. Oh no, you don't have to go around, you can just go through the route there! No...
Actually, that doesn't come up super.
Actually, never mind.
Often.
Never mind. Okay, he's going to Rock Tunnel. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, we have a level 50 main though.
I would have probably gone to at least pick up the Snorlax, then maybe go back and go to Rock Tunnel.
Yeah.
But this is fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is, this is totally acceptable, and there are more checks here, so you are more likely to have a. Well, you
So
might
no,
likely to find Surf that you're looking for.
If Stormbats is here, then I mean, all the power to him.
Yeah. Oh, the
No,
card
card
key.
key.
Okay.
All right.
And there's the
There
storm
it
badge.
is.
All right. So I think you correctly deduced that the early flash was pointing to this storm badge, and I think that was a good assumption to make, as we said, because Rock Tunnel or Dark Cave was nothing.
Yeah, I was thinking either this or maybe Surf.
Okay. Smitty gave me kind of a mini heart attack there, but does pick up that item. He should be heading over to. Oh, I guess he didn't teach Fly, but he will be teaching Fly soon. Oh, wait, there's Crunch as well. They have. Okay, he must have just picked it up. But yeah, so this is a little bit of an awkward situation. So if the Snorlax is not anything, they can still go for a main in Victory Road. However, because it's daytime, it would be only up to level 35. So,
Yeah, which is still decent, but let's see what.
I mean, at this
Snorlax
point,
is.
you would keep with the Typhlosion because it's level 36. I didn't recognize that cry.
Here it was Sudowoodo? No,
No, it's Ampharos! Okay, that is more than acceptable, main. Okay, it is slow! Very slow. But it is bulky enough to be workable. And it is... So that's the thing, it's got very good special attack, right? It is bulky enough to make... to be acceptable with its slow speed, and hopefully it's got a good moveset.
It's actually not so slow so that it won't be outspeeding most stuff with the level difference.
I mean, I think it was pointed out it has like 55 speed, which is
It has
like
55 speed, yeah.
yeah.
It's the same as Machamp, I think.
I think Machamp and a Big Bear also has that.
Big Bear is 60, I think.
60, yeah,
considering.
it's around. They're all around that amount, so it's not critically slow, but you will be outsped by more
actually,
things
yeah.
than you'd like.
Ursaring is 55 as well. I
Yeah.
mean that's the speed tier of you will be outsped by a lot of stuff that is around your level, but if you have like a 10 level difference, you will be generally faster
Yeah,
than
absolutely. Okay, but very much respectable. I'm a little bit surprised he taught over Amnesia. I would have maybe held on to it if only. I mean, I guess it doesn't really need Amnesia, but like, niche case, something like Red.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Amnesia is the only way you can have of bulking up your special defense, because there is no X special defense.
I mean, you could spam Ancient Power, I guess.
Why is
just-
I start resetting? Sorry, I wasn't really looking. I think it's more just the fights have not been going his way.
He's trying to get through the fight, but it's not being easy.
Yeah, and I think part of this problem as well is that. So it's once again his Quilava is level 31, and because he split a lot more experience into that Farfetch'd than the Quilava, it's a little bit more difficult there. And so, okay, I don't know if there was anything on Route 2 or Viridian Road, but he's off to Victory Road, which is the most dense check here.
Yeah, HMO3 incoming maybe. Air patch, that's fine. That opens up the rocket tower.
Oh, is that his 7th oh, okay, so that opens up his... Yep. Alright, so he's got his Earth Badge, which is very good. Wiser can. I mean, okay, so the game is not even close to being open. We don't even have half the items. I think the problem right now is that Wiser's been struggling with a lot more fights than Smitty, even though they're running the same Pokemon, due to some of the how they did some of their routing differences, and also where their experience went on to, from what I can tell.
Yeah,
And there's the phone call. Yeah, so that's a little, the phone Elm's call is a little bit weird because you have to take a step outside once you get it. So it's once you get outside. So like if you pick up your 7th bat and you immediately fly away, he won't call you until you take your next step.
Just don't walk ever again in the sea and you won't get called. Just easy game.
Easy game, I know, easy life. Alright, so he's gonna get this item on Route 26. Not anything. I think?
Can we do this? We can't.
Well,
I probably,
he cannot, though.
He probably misclicked.
He can do Route 44 though, so... And the Ice Path, so he's heading that way. Actually, you can even do Route 45 as well, too.
Yeah. Yeah, the only things...
So...
We can't check the item on the island, and we can't check the items over in the Dark Cave.
It looks like he did get... so he did beat... he did beat Jasmine for the Fog badge. Or, Wiser did, so...
Yeah.
That's the progress. He's gonna have to climb Tin Tower. For that pass, for his progress. But I think he's gonna have a hard time with the sages again.
Where was Cut? Cut was in Tin Tower as well?
Yes, Cut was in Tower. Cut was in Tin Tower, the pass was in Tin Tower, which has been critical for progress.
And I should write this stuff down.
Oh, I mean, if anything, once the race is finished, we could always check the logs, but you're right. I do like Smitty's play here, although maybe this is my desperation coming into play, having been in a weird sort of simulation in my own match, that I'd be almost tempted to check Nugget Hedge Maze right now, thinking Surf would probably be there.
That's risky, but this is a tournament, you have to take risks to win.
But I do like his play, so I at this point I'm desperate enough, like, I mean, because you don't know how much your opponent's been struggling, so... I mean, I guess you could say it's a safe assumption that if they didn't find any new mains like you, that they probably struggled just as much, so... But anyways,
Yes,
this is the correct play. So this is why you don't listen to me.
Yes. Surf and the tier badge. It's just going to make Surf stronger, actually.
Yeah, it's actually very good for that.
Convenient. Also, good move for the Typhlosion.
Well, we're running the Ampharos now.
Right, well, yeah, even better.
Oh yeah. What is Ampharos' special attack? It's gotta be up there, right?
Like 1 to 15? Actually, yeah, 115.
Okay, so it's even better special attacker than Typhlosion.
That's 6 more special attack.
Alright, good to know. I've always liked the big sheep. Although, he did menu, I don't think he taught Surf yet, so I don't think he's totally committed.
First, definitely better in Item Rando than it is in Bingo.
Absolutely, in Bingo it's hard to sort of just... Although, okay, it's got Sacred Fire there as well, so I think Surf, Sacred Fire, Crunch is more than good enough of a moveset. Although, I guess he's not teaching Sacred Fire, so... I mean, I understand, though.
Right, now we can do this, actually.
Yes, very good. This is in logic. 3 quick items.
That's more water.
Yeah.
So he probably doesn't want to forget the item on the Route 44 island, if it is ever important, which we don't know. but it is something you might forget at this point that you could not
Yeah, I
have it
think
before.
yeah, depending on when you mark off your tracker, you have to be very careful. I know it's it does slow you down if you mark off tracker your items you grab as you get the locations you check as you get them, but it does avoid accidentally mismarking something that you have access to later on that you forgot you didn't. That is a waterfall down here. That's very good, and the rainbow badge.
Right, we are starting to pile up the good stuff.
Alright, so after being bottlenecked for about an hour 40 minutes, we're starting to open up, the map's starting to open up again. Yeah, so Smitty's got right now a pretty commanding lead, but we've seen big comebacks here before, so don't write Weiser's just off yet.
Yeah, this isn't over until it's over. Yeah, at this point, who knows? I mean, first, where everything else would be, we're still missing a lot of stuff. And second, like, Dread's lead, it's not always friendly.
We've already seen that make a race even much closer than it ever deserved to be, and that was with Metronome. I honestly, I think I didn't realize how scary a Metronome red lead could ever be until I saw that.
I mean, it's just the epitome of unlucky. Yeah, we have pretty much the Fetch Squad City over in Violet, the red scale and the machine part.
I do like his play though right now because not only can he get the Slowpoke wall item, he can get all 3 of the other chambers as well too. Yeah.
That's high item density right here.
Yeah. That guy moves around so much. You know who also moves around a lot? The charcoal house kid in the house. You think he doesn't move, but then you'll get those times where he'll move all the way into the corner. And I'm going, what do you mean? Why are you doing this to me? Like
not a problem in Item Rando, but the flower shop girl as well, the squirt bottle.
Oh yeah, thankfully we stopped that. Oh yeah, the girl you have to talk. Actually, I think in vanilla you don't. Maybe in vanilla you don't even have to talk to her. You just have to talk. I think.
I don't.
No. I think you do have to talk to her. And then it's in one of the games you don't have to talk to her. I think maybe Gold Silver you don't have to talk to her, but.
Or maybe the remakes or something.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely Crystal Speed Choice, or at least the Item Rando made it so you don't have to do that. Which was a very good call.
Yeah, that girl is also pretty annoying.
Oh yeah, she can run away from you. I think there's some clips of me trying to get to there, and she didn't even move that much, but then I had a hard time just walking to her, so... There's some NPCs that just will get you. I've also heard, you know, if you ever take the elevator in Ceylon City to the 3rd floor, there's an NPC I've heard that can sort of block you off pretty good there too. Although I normally just walk, since it's actually faster to go up the stairs than to take the elevator. Although also Morty and Eugene in Burn Tower are notorious for blocking you in, especially if you go for that hidden item.
Right, we've seen the chambers. We are going to see 12 items in total here in Rings of Alph. It's the bike.
I love this bicycle. Because we allowed for the bicycle to start with, what we did is we initially had some restrictions of where the bicycle would be, but because we wanted to have the bicycle be anywhere, it was only fitting to let the bike to start with the bicycle, to let the bicycle be anywhere though.
It would be fun if your bike was twice as fast or something like that.
I think it would be really cool. I would like it if it could go on water, cause like later games, or at least in what was it, Sword and Shield, you could bike on water.
Just make surf obsolete.
That would be
make it
so
go-
crazy.
Make it go up waterfalls and through whirlpools as well. Just screw all the HMs. Have a bike.
Well, I mean, you have to have a. Well, it has to be. You have to have the second bike. So it's a game of trying to find the second bike. Oh, and there's the
Badge.
Rising.
Yeah, speaking of waterfalls.
Yeah. So this has been a rather lucrative haul at this point. Oh, and the Silver Wing. So he can't. I suppose if he needed a level 60 eventually, he could always go get that. But
Right, so I believe, yeah, we need a Mount Mortar revisit now.
yeah. Well, now that you have Waterfall, not only can you get the strength items, which you already got, but you can get every single item actually in case. So yeah, so I guess we didn't talk about it earlier, but because of how we changed some of the access for the Tin Tower, because it used to be that it was E4 locked to get the hoe, we nerfed the hoe's level from 60 to 40. I guess it's a little bit late that we talked about that, but that's so the only level 60 that you can get that's freestanding is now the Lugia.
Weiser is going to try the arrival again. Alright, that's only 4 badges left. And Smitty actually still has some lengthy fight segments to do. He didn't do any of the rocket sequences.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many of the surf checks as well, so I think what I've learned is a lot of people like to put off those the boring rocket sequence because it is so long, and even though it has a good amount of items, it's just a question of, you know, is it worth it?
It usually is. But in some rare occasions it might not be. And, if you manage to skip it, that's huge.
Yeah. Something must have gone horribly wrong on Weiser's side going the rival, but he just hard reset. So I guess he's trying to fight that Lugia, not Lugia, that Ho-Oh again.
I'm trying to roll out, but still you'll need 3 turns at least to kill the Ho-Oh with rollouts.
I mean, I think the problem is he's gonna die to Thunder Punch sooner. And the rifle has smart AI, quote unquote, but that doesn't mean all that much. If he's gonna do this, he needs an X accuracy as well. I don't know if he bought any X accuracies though. Although he is getting very good luck. Oh, he doesn't have rollout.
Oh, he
Okay,
actually
so
got rid of rollout.
yeah, he got rid of it a while ago, I think, for feint attack.
Apparently he's going to get through it, but yeah, you should have just spammed drill pick probably. If you say, yeah, if you're set up to X attacks, you are really getting through all this fight without that many problems. Hopefully now.
Yeah, so
HMO6.
Yeah. So it looks like, you know, after our runners have been starved for progress, it's all coming together right now. And if anything, that's kind of terrifying because then you're like, well, I have the entire map I can go to now. Once he has Glacier Badge, it'll be full map access. He's still...
Best case scenario, they get Glacier Badge as their last badge.
Yeah. You don't normally want, you know, access so you can, but when everything just comes together at once, it can be a little bit difficult to keep track of because then it's going to be a hunt, you know, pretty much everywhere for the last items.
Western resets again.
Oh no, this has just been rough for him, and I think I don't know. I mean, I think because you know that's out of logic there, right? Because you still don't have the card key. I mean, I just don't think it's gonna pay off as well here because you just don't have the stuff.
There might be a badge behind here, but it's nothing that's going to be immediately useful to him.
Yeah, I think. I mean, he wouldn't know you know, it couldn't be immediately useful. But in this case, I think, well, with our knowledge, we know that it wouldn't be immediately useful. It could still be required, but it's just not going to do the same kind of thing.
That's after Caterpie Ho, we have Whittle Gyarados. And this static Pokemon has been so bad. The best has been Ampharos, and Ampharos is still, I mean, it's okay, but nothing stellar.
I mean, I think you're right, Shadows, that he thinks that Smitty hasn't done it, and he'd be absolutely correct. However, I think at some point you have to realize. Well, I think you have to. I think at this point he's got the sunken cost fallacy kind of going on, where, you know, he's already committed so much to this fight that he's gonna keep going through it. But I think it's just hard to see that because you could probably infer the main progress is at least gonna be somewhere else to start with. But I mean, I have all the respect for Visor toughing it out, and I mean, doing this early is still gonna be something you know, that could pay off for him. I mean, there could be 2 badges down here. Who knows, right?
Maybe he doesn't have the pass. Maybe he'll find the boat ticket. I don't know. That will open an interesting path for him.
I mean, yeah. So he is okay. So, there's a little bit different of a way the switch is. The way that I try to teach people or try to explain to people is that normally to get the way through is 3, 2, 1, but it looks like he's now getting this through where the optimal switches is going to be to do 1, 3, 1, 2 or 1, 2, 1, 3, because you have to hit either switch 1 twice or switch 2 twice to get access to the bottom left item.
It's a kind of a confusing puzzle, at least casually.
It definitely is, because you generally aren't gonna do that. So also the other thing is, once you do 1, 3, 1, 2 or 1, 2, 1, 3 or 2, 1, 2, 3, or I guess if you do 1, 3, 1, 2, which is I think slightly faster because it puts you closer to the right hand side, you can hit the first switch again and just continue on through. I know it took me a long time. I had to actually watch someone else for that to be pointed out to me. So,
Yep.
So far, nothing useful here so far. Which is rather unfortunate for Wiser.
And still 4 items left.
I mean, he's not gonna be able to get the director item unless these 2 items are badges immediately.
Oh yeah, actually. Yeah, that's true.
It's been we haven't been able to get director item early since version 5.2 of the Crystal Speed Choice. It was one of the rather quick things that, yeah. So unfortunately, it's barren, and you're gonna have to escape rope out or take the long walk out because the mark part of it doesn't open up until you talk to the director, or until you have saved the director, or gotten the director's item rather, or something like that.
How many more items are needed for Go Mode? Just the 4 remaining badges on Smitty's side.
Yes. Just the 4
Wiser
remaining.
still has a longer way to go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Wiser needs to climb up Tin Tower to get both Cut and the pass to get his progression. So he's been sort of strapped for progress for that, unfortunately. Meanwhile, you know, Smitty is continuing on with the press A simulator, as we like to call it.
Just reached the 2-hour mark.
You know,
Yes.
it's amazing how... Sorry, go on.
Yes, I was going to say that depending on how hidden these last batches are, I mean, particularly Smitty's time could be still pretty salvageable.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say, you know, we were struggling for items until about the hour 40 mark, and now 20 minutes later, you know, he's got probably 6 or 7 more badges than he had earlier, which is crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't know, it's fairly common, I think, to see stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's either really front-loaded or really back-loaded, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it really is like that, and you never know when you initially start to see it up, you never know how it could be. And I mean, I think generally this has just been a longer scene, just because of, as we were talking about, it's been so bizarre, the progress, and because they don't have those stronger mains to start with, that it really also kind of hurt what they could do immediately. We still, of course, hope for a speedy finish from both of our runners. I mean... I think that's also part of the beauty of the item rando, is that no two seeds are alike. Everyone is different. Every single one is different. For better or for worse, right?
Different, but they often have similarities. Some similarities are really annoying. For example, the tendency to place items behind the bush in Route 25.
Or, you know, having the kimono girls having something too.
Which was the case here.
Oh really? What did they have today? I didn't...
The plane badge.
Oh my gosh. I think Lungi's in shambles. I mean, I'm already in shambles because Morty was hard required.
Yeah.
To get the Rainbow Wing, to get... because the card key was in Kanto.
Yeah, Weiser needs to go to Tin Tower.
I'm not sure what he's doing right now, though.
Probably the... Yeah, I'm not sure either. Probably just getting to Azalea again. I don't know if he missed anything there. It's probably... Alright, I think he's probably just checking if he forgot something. I don't know if he's aware that he can go to Tin Tower.
I think he may not be aware of that, and I think that's what's been hard for him, because I'm sure he would try Tin Tower if he could. I think the entry place into Tin Tower is so confusing, I admit, and because there's 2 scenarios, is that you either... So not only do you have to have the Rainbow Wing and Clear Belt to actually climb the tower, you have to either defeat Morty or save the radio tower.
Yeah, beat Morty or beat the rockets.
Yeah, so I think in this point, Weiser, I think Weiser's just, I think, really probably a little bit confused about how to progress. Yeah. And, you know, I think that happens to the best of us too, where there's just one thing we're forgetting about, and I think that's kind of happened in a couple of these races, that you just don't know what to do.
It happens to me like once in every 3 times I play or something.
Really? Still? Wow.
Yeah, I forget a lot of stuff, and then, I mean...
There's a lot to remember, though.
if you forget to check stuff and it is nothing, then it's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
The problem
No,
is when...
I have forgotten myself a couple times the charcoal guy, the item on Route 26. Those are the ones that are very easy to forget.
I have recently forgot in a friendly race to just straight up check Route 45.
Oof.
I was just checking like Ice Path, I checked the Dark Cave, and then marked everything as completed and just flew away. And there was a badge there.
Oh no.
So yeah, again, if there's nothing, that's good for you. You save time.
I've had races where someone forgot a card key there, but the card key ended up not being necessary, and I was so mad because I got the card key and I had done all of that only to find out that they just didn't even pick it up in the first place by accident, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's part of the beauty of Rando as well, that blunders might be actually brilliant moves.
We are definitely a fan of the big brain plays. So, if you're coming from just a vanilla game, you may be wondering, why did Smitty just fight that girl, right? Isn't it just faster to just go around and fight the person in the top left? And the answer is, with the speed choice, because we got rid of spinners and made them rotators instead, they start facing down. So, you always hit him if you try to go around. So, and that's Spinner's Douglas. I've talked to him a couple more times than I should ever have by total accident that when I've passed him, but he has 3 pokes versus that one spinner, the one skier that we do hit that has 1 poke.
Boulder badge.
Alright.
Yeah, Douglas, I think it's one of the... and Mystery Egg, alright. Douglas, I think, is one of the notable spinners in this game, along with Anthony. I think Anthony is the most notable.
Hiker Anthony?
Yeah.
Or who's also
Anthony.
so there's also the Pokemaniac too, and then we have, of course, the bug catcher below Pewter City.
Oh, Jesus,
and
that's the worst.
Well, no, and everyone's favorite spinner, the one that guards the northeast island of Royal Islands.
Oh, boy, the one with 6 pokes?
Oh yes, that very one. Every time someone hits that, there's an instant moan, and more often than not, you know that they just are going to Royal Islands.
Yeah, it's one of the things that if you come from Olivine and there is a route change just shortly before that trainer, and that they kind of like the sign appears on the bottom of the screen and just obstructs your view. And it's one of the spinners, and it's not the worst, but it's one of the spinners that you can accidentally hit because you were distracted or you couldn't see because of that sign.
Oh yeah. There's also, that's why I generally like to we'll still take the Cyanwood fly point and just go from there. Because you can avoid the other spinners, and I think it's just a little bit cleaner movement for me. I just also don't want to hit someone with 6 Pokemon.
Yeah. To be really careful.
Yeah.
We're going to turn in the machine part.
Oh, absolutely. If you're looking for the item tracker, actually, there is a very fantastic program called Emo Tracker. And on Emo Tracker, we have a Pokemon Crystal full item pack that has been developed by Dylan is my name, and Vicen Dithas, who's been much more maintaining it. So that is actually the tracker that our runners have at home. We have a special program for, of course, ours made by Fantasma Mas. Thank you very much. Who also did and then Fiesel also converted our layout here. Our original background was done by Oro, so shoutouts to those 3 people as well who made the technical side on these restreams possible for us to have our tournament.
Also, if you want to try this at home in general, just I encourage you to join the Cinco Bingo server. There are all the resources there, and Snowbear hangs around there and can just point you to the right direction, I guess.
Yeah, we do have a server info. The stuff pinned to the server was a little bit more outdated, but you know, it's easier. We have a bot that can help you do the settings that we have for the tournament stuff, and that's all out there. And there's a welcoming community, and we're more than willing and happy to help, to ask and help you, or for you to answer your questions. And as Asasa says, I am around, and I usually hang around, so I will be able to usually answer a lot of the questions. And grumble at people, too. Alright, so I guess going back to a little bit more of the end game. So right now, Spinny's doing a lot of these kind of quick checks. He's just turned in the power plant stuff. Ooh. And he gets the glacier badge. Ooh. So now...
Juicy. Time to hit that 6-spoke trainer.
No, no, this is where if you have your Cyanwood fly point, you go to Cyanwood.
I know, I still like to go from here. I don't know which way is shorter, actually.
I haven't timed it myself. However, I do like having that Cyanwood fly point. And as Spinny's going right here, so the nice thing is you can't do this in the vanilla game because you don't have fly immediately access. But once you hit that Cyanwood point right in this water here, you can just fly into the city. There you go. It should have triggered, and you can fly right to the city. That's one of the nice things about vanilla fly being not vanilla. I think vanilla fly is always one of the worst locations you can actually pick it up.
So the tracker just look up emo tracker. Which is the
so definitely if you're wanting to look at the resources in our stuff, there is a crystal item randomizer, and there is a post to all the information there. If you could look at it's the crystal item rando under the dev. If you look at the pin post that I have at the very top, it has links to the most recent version of the item randomizer and the tracker. But yeah, Emo Tracker is a separate program you can download that is it works sadly it only works on Windows, but it is the tracker, the general program itself is handled by Imusaro, who is open, allows for packs to be made and distributed.
So shout out to Cougars in chat, who is the developer of the Golden Sun 2 randomizer tracker pack. That's fun facts.
Oh yeah, so there's all sorts of things. If you have a PC, if you don't unfortunately have Windows operating system, there are some alternative trackers that people have made that will help you keep track. I think DG Barca made one on Google that you can use as an alternative.
Yes.
Yeah, there's definitely different packs as well.
There's pen and paper works anywhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I've used that myself too. So.
Right. So this is the mute, right? After all this sucked.
No, of course not. Don't even bring up that.
No, Arbok.
Arbok. You know, I can't justify that.
No, you can't. No.
So why? So why should
teleport? Well, goodbye.
Unfortunately, teleport's not going to be useful at all for Spinny since he's already completed the full power plant quest. I am a little bit confused about what Weiser's doing, because I think he's fighting some trainers now, maybe for experience to do the sages? Because he's fighting a Pokemaniac right now, below Lake of Rage. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
He's probably hit it accidentally.
He's talking to the Elixir guy, which, unfortunately, he won't give you anything, and he's not including the randomizer because he requires a Magikarp of a certain length, and it's...
You know what's probably happening? If he's using Emo Tracker, maybe he forgot to put in the setting for the Extreme Item Rando. If you don't put that setting, like the because the default setting for the emote tracker doesn't consider Tin Tower to be a location in the randomizer.
Yeah, it's very possible that he didn't do one of the presets that we have. It could be also that, you know, he's trying anything, and I think we have unfortunately seen that too. That I'm trying to remember anything going on. So
yeah, because that's not the first time I see people like getting tripped on that. Also, Weird Islands was empty.
Alright, so he's heading now towards Victory Road. I mean, he's already done Victory Road. This is his first step in Kanto. Thank you, sir. He hasn't been in Kanto for at least a good hour. So he's gonna get the items on Route 27. He can get the Solar Beam TM location here too. But first, he's gonna do this item, climb the Tojo Falls. Oh.
So yeah, he's missing just 2 badges, so I would find it logical, I guess, that he prioritizes fast checks. Check everything he can as fast as possible, then he can go on to the more lengthy stuff, maybe the radio tower stuff.
Yeah, because he hasn't done radio tower, nor has he... So he hasn't done the radio tower at all, nor the basement. We do know the basement is empty, with the exception of we don't know what the director's item is on it. But if he did the radio tower sequence, not only would he have out all the items in the radio tower and be able to get all the items in the basement, he would also have access to all the items in Dragon's Den as well. And Smitty taking the very optimal point where that last tree is the length is the very last tile you can do to avoid hitting that optional. His vision is very long, but you can avoid him enough there. And I think Smitty's coming back for his revenge on Janine.
And now he's much better prepared. Janine didn't have anything, unfortunately for him.
Well, I mean, I guess we don't know. I don't think Weiser's fought Janine at all. I don't think, because he can't.
Well, actually, yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, Weiser, unfortunately,
for some reason I thought we had already seen Janine, but well, we had, just not the prices.
The Swords and Thrash ride-on was a little bit too much for him.
Yeah, well, now we got Surf.
Yes, so now it's all trivial. Okay, so yeah, this is really unfortunate for Weiser. Is he gonna climb? Alright!
Now we are going.
Now we're in the right way. I think it finally clicked for him. Yeah,
Yeah, again, I believe it's most likely that tracker stuff.
I think that, and maybe a combination of maybe not as much item rando experience of that, but yeah, it's probably definitely a tracker. But we'll definitely ask later. And oh, Janine was needed. Oh my gosh.
I stand corrected then.
We'll definitely have to ask Smitty though about that later, how he feels about that.
I mean, it was needed, but it's not needed for anything. I mean, if it was like the fog badge or the storm badge instead of...
No, it wasn't the direct progress he was looking for. It was helpful progress, but it wasn't what he was initially looking for.
It does give you a defense boost though.
It does! So he's actually taking a little bit of an interesting route here, and I think there's a couple different routes. So the way he did it with the diagonal down, that is the least amount of warps. I think it's still hotly debated, or still not entirely which is faster. I think still a lot of the runners will do up down up, or sorry, up down left.
Yeah,
which is a little bit which is one additional warp. However, it's less movement, so it is I think that's actually slightly faster. Either way, for both routes of diagonal down and up down left, you still have to wait for the spinner to turn. Or I guess in the diagonal down, you can take a step to the left to avoid the spinner.
Yeah, you probably have to be a little bit more careful with the diagonal movement because you walk around spinners.
Yeah, like as long as you go, yeah, as long as you go above them, you're fine. But if you bonk, you're gonna be in trouble.
You are taking more chances to mess up, basically.
I do like the up, down, down, left though, because that's the safest.
I mean, it also feels cleaner somehow.
I mean, it is. You can sort of, you know, zone out as long as you take a second before that last, after that last warp. Just take a little, you know, second to breathe.
It's the flotation time.
Oh, thank goodness. Wiser, I think, was definitely needing that, and the stat boost from evolution is huge.
Right, so we are doing Road 25. I personally probably would have done Radio Tower first, because it's also a few different fights, but there's more items locked behind it. But, no, when you're missing only one badge, it's anyone's guess.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely... Yeah, so, like, I've had even races, you know, last night where it's just like, well... I mean, I finished ahead of someone just because I decided to do... I mean, we knew... Someone else had finished, and we knew they were down to their last bad checks. So, you know, in the same kind of case, is, you know... Smitty doesn't know necessarily of Wiser's struggles, but if you assume your opponent is doing just as good as you, if not better, sometimes you want to pull off a gamble, or just kind of say, oh, you know what? This is what they normally would have done, because a lot of people will check only the most optimal checks first. So it's like, well, hold on. Let me go take this one that maybe is slightly less optimal, but maybe it'll have the difference. So I definitely agree with you, generally, though.
I mean, if you at this point, if you want to do like an incredible gamble against, for example, someone who's better than you or something, I mean, you could just go straight and go to the Elite Four. I don't know. Check is the badge. That's like the last stand gamble. But if it works for you, then it's an impressive win, I guess.
I mean, it has made a difference in the tournament before, just to do the gamble. The Elite Four gamble was a little bit more of a... It's a very much more costly one, because that is like 7 minutes. Even if you're one-shotting every single Pokemon, it is like 7 minutes.
It's a last resort.
It's a last resort. Yeah. I mean, I think these are just as... This is almost as slow. It's comparable in time, but I think it's a lot easier to pull off than a bunch of level 50 Pokemon. Or level 40s Pokemon, rather, yeah. Sorry.
Also, I mean, you still have a lot of time. We haven't seen Erika either, which is
okay,
two items.
So Wiser did skip that one item down on the bottom left, but luckily for him, I believe that was nothing.
Yeah.
Actually, no, was that the cut HM?
It might have been. I don't remember. No, there's the cut HM.
Okay, so no, it did get skipped, but luckily that's not a problem.
We actually haven't seen. I'm surprising we are seeing this before. Before this is a Route 2 and a Viridian Forest, or the Forest Maze.
I think he already did that.
Oh, he did. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine. It's been a long time. It's hard to follow them, and I think at the same time I'm still trying to give Wiser some of my attention. Although I'll be honest, I sort of got confused and lost with his movement. It's probably So Wiser is taking a very deliberate. Yeah, the Tin Tower is very tricky to navigate. Because, especially with bingos, the path you take for bingos is not the path to get all the items. But until you get experience with Tin Tower, it can be really confusing. And even though we do have some maps on the tracker, it is still sort of hard to read. Not gonna lie. Okay, so I don't know what the item was, but it wasn't anything that went into his bag. So therefore, Smitty doesn't have to actually do that fight. That's the one nice thing about the fabulous prize. That if he can't give you the item, you don't have to fight him. Actually, he won't fight you until he gives you the item goes into your bag. Still safe to say for him, though.
Right, we gonna fight Misty.
Yeah, this is one of the crazy things, is that you think, oh, I have to go through the water for Misty, and it's like, no, just go on the side.
I was talking about Erika before. The annoying thing about Erika is that there's 4 force fights in that gym.
Yeah.
Even if it is 2 items.
The thing about Erica is because it's accessed with just cut, it's more likely that she has something. Yeah, so Weiser's just skipped a couple of items around with the warps because of the warps send you up and down. Okay, he's going back and forth, and actually in this case, the item he needs is at the very top, right? With the, I think that's where the pass was. Misty with a side duck? Is this the anime now?
Nothing. Right, so wonder if we'll see Rocket Tower now.
I think he's in Kanto badge mode.
Probably.
Oh,
well, no,
fair enough.
actually, it seems like we are seeing Rocket Tower. I mean, Brock could have been a possibility. The thing is, I mean, there's a lot of items. That's kind of one of the worst cases now. Is the last batch is in Dragons, then you have to do this and Claire's gym.
Alright, and... Alright, so so... Weiser has gone his required progress here. He still does have to deal with the Ho to get further progress eventually, but... This is the start. Oh no! Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. He's saving before the Ho.
Could the last batch be behind E4? It could.
Yes! Actually, even if there are 2 checks that are locked strictly by E4, and we've had a couple of races come down to those. Actually, you know, it's funny, because even though we reduced the amount of checks that are locked behind E4, I feel like the amount of times E4 has been required is just about the same. Have you noticed that?
It's pretty much annoyingly so, right?
Yeah, it really confuses me. I mean, it's of course the lack of the draw. You know, thanks Dunsparce Spot. You know, it's notoriously mean with its seeds. It's almost as bad. It's almost as bad as my stuff.
Yeah, hopefully it will not come down to that. I mean, this scene has been bad enough.
I mean, but it's still Smitty still has a respectable time though at this point, because you know it's 2.5 hours. But as it does, a lot of the times it does unfortunately come down to, you know, you can have 15 badges and you can be close to go mode, but it can still take you 40 minutes to find that last badge.
Yeah, and this is if the race was closer, pretty much if you get to this point, pretty much none of what happened before matters anymore, because you are both going to be checking like out of the way stuff, often like gym leaders or some longer stuff, and you may find the last batch on the first thing you check, and your opponent may take like 20 minutes to half an hour more. In that case, that's why I usually say that, alright, I think there are no favorites in this tournament among the better or more experienced players, even if some may have some better execution or something. Like, once you get to this point, it is anyone's game.
Oh, absolutely, and I totally agree that, you know, there is a certain amount of experience that comes with being able to do your efficient checks and everything like that. But at the end of the day, like, you know, sometimes that's why I have some fun, is that, as well, it's just, it's really of, there is no one best way of checking if every seed, you know, perfect thing, because what works on one seed may not necessarily be, you know, be the best in another one, and it really, as you said, it does come down to, well, you know, what you're kind of the whims of the seed, the whims of the seed of just, you know, where it wants to hide that last badge.
Because,
although,
for example, there are a lot of situations that you are missing one badge or two badges, and you say, okay, what place am I missing? Okay, missing Misty, I'm missing Surge, Brock, Blaine, Claire,
Monos.
Stuff like that, right? Yeah, it's like stuff like that, and you have to decide. And the order in which you decide to do all this stuff, the late game isn't quite as logic dependent exactly, because you pretty much can go anywhere, and you have fly, so you can do it in whatever order you want.
Yes, exactly. Late game, it's a really, I would imagine, so it more like some of the other randomizers is that the Kanto badges and plus mineral badge are sort of like ice rod hunts in A Link to the Past Rando.
Sort of, but even worse somehow.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you have 9 of those, not just one ice rod. You have 9 of them. And they can be anywhere.
Yeah, there's all of these badges that don't really lock anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing, and, you know, it's hard, because there is no clean comparison, really, for Pokemon, because compared to some of the other item randomizers, because so much is front-loaded. Or no, sorry, so much is loaded onto a few items that, because we do play with all 16 badges required, that there's a lot of extra required items, but they're only required because you need to talk to Oak. But our settings to change how many badges you need for Mount Silver to open, or for Red to appear. But we generally play with we just play with the normal 16. It's a little bit different when you're playing with 14 badges or less.
It's different. I actually tried that like once or twice, and I actually kind of liked it. You can play a lot more aggressively, right? So
oh, absolutely.
they skip more stuff. You'll get super under level to Red.
I mean, there's definitely, you know, positives to doing that, and although sometimes it still comes out to being, yeah, oh, by the way, the last 2 badges being like the badges that you needed were on Mount Silver. Like, sometimes it'd be like, oh yeah, you know, which would be like crazy things, like, oh yeah, you might not even ever get Storm Badge, you know, before finishing the game. But, yeah. I don't know if Thief actually is, I think Thief is actually slightly worse of an attack than Feint Attack.
Thief is, yeah, it's worse. Feint Attack is 60, Thief is 40, I think.
I think, yeah.
That's a nice hitting item, actually.
Fastball?
Yeah. Didn't know about that one.
Alright, so it looks like... did Smitty fight the False Director?
Yeah, it had nothing. Smitty will probably be going to the basement now.
Yeah, which we know doesn't have anything except for the
the director, which you know, who knows.
So it is slightly so he is going from the bottom, which means you do have to avoid that spinner. It is a little bit longer walking time than walking from the top. But you know, there is no right way to do it. I think most people just do it from the top because it'll be a little bit quicker on their way back, but it's pretty similar. I know it's a little bit weird, but I'm actually a fan of when I'm doing the underground first. I'll just fight this trainer that he's fighting right now early on, just to get it over with, even if I don't have basement key. Because when it comes to the later game, the experience is irrelevant, and you're just gonna be spending just the same amount of time fighting him anyways, right?
It is a matter of getting some more experience versus potentially doing it faster because you are going to one-shot everything for sure. And if you do it earlier, I mean, maybe you'll be two-shotting some stuff, but I mean, the difference is probably negligible.
And it's also just kind of like time spent now versus time spent later. I mean, not every seat is going to direct you to the basement, but yeah.
That's yeah. Here it's only about the director item. Once Smitty gets to it, it would be interesting to see what a Church has, right? Maybe the March Batch would be here.
Yeah, it's possible. You know, you never know. Although this Kingler, I don't know what it is lately about King. Oh my gosh. Did he save? Okay, I think he did. He's hard resetting. You can soft reset too, but I think it might be easier, just easier control-wise to do. Yeah, so Smitty here is going to be showing off some of the movement here. 1, 2, 1, 3. Still pretty clean. Or, by pretty clean I mean still is just as good. The only reason, as I said before, I prefer 1, 3, 1, 2 is that once you hit that last switch, you're closer to the items. It's the same movement. Oh, it's both ways.
Yeah, 13, 12, 12, 13 is same stuff.
He is opening up this bag to get max revive. I do like that play because it's definitely helpful on red, especially when you're not super confident on your main. And you never know what red could have. As we said, red could have anything. You could even have, you know, Earth, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if like Ampharos is durable enough, but you never know. Might have something with stab, earthquake, something.
You know, or it could be, you know, everyone's favorite, you know, Psychic Mewtwo.
Oh,
Just demolish it. There is no remedy for Psychic Mewtwo. It's more like, can you kill it eventually or stall it out of its Psychic? Ooh, the Pokedex. Oh, that's not what he wanted to see. And his renewing has unfortunately been ruined. When we say ruined, it's more just it's slightly thrown off because it does add that Pokedex option right above your Pokemon menuing. So you have to take an extra input down.
Don't you, Brock?
And meanwhile, Weiser's Weiser didn't beat Surge, did he?
Weiser, I think he failed to beat Surge, yes.
Alright, well, he's doing Nugget Hedge Maze now, which is a respectable place to get experience. Unfortunately, it's not required, but you never know.
Yeah, Misty had nothing as well. But yeah, as we said, it's a matter of just checking stuff. Probably the most item dense location that's left for Smith right now is Dragon's Den. That, I mean, that requires doing like 4 fights in the gym, I think. It's 4 plus the team leader. It's 5 actually, right?
5 fights in the gym plus the one other guy who decides I want to hang out and just ambush you as soon as you come out of the stairs.
Yeah, so like that's a lot more items, but a lot more fights as well.
Yeah, so it is the 5 items you can get in total, along with our favorite quiz, the most difficult quiz of all quizzes. I mean, even Claire couldn't get that one right. Oh,
nice. That's one more check. That's one more check.
The plot thickens. Okay, let me go mark the rockets being done for,
yeah.
It's been long done for that.
I always forget there's a thing for that in the tracker. We're checking the Route 4 item, one of the more annoying locations in the game.
Yeah. So it's very easy to hit optionals if you don't know what you're doing. It's just so strange to me because, like, you have the rival fight right here. And then the trainer has like wildly different levels of the Pokemon. I think one's like some of them are like level 30, and then like I think one of them's like level 17 or something like that. It's
I mean,
like, wait, what?
The level curve in this game is weird.
Yeah, I think that ends up being probably because there was a lot of rushed things, and some things were just kept from the original game. They did run out of space for Crystal. I mean, Crystal is relatively running out of... Didn't have as much space as they wanted to have things like, for example, the Safari Zone.
Yeah, for example, I know the required sailor in the boat is like 2 level 30 somethings and 1 level 20.
Yeah, the level curve in this is a little bit bizarre because you fight, E4, the mid 40s to 50, and then all the Kanto gym leaders are just around level 40s, with the exception of course, blue and red, blue and eventually red, because blue is high 50s, and then all of a sudden you have red, who starts out with a level 81 Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a casual 20 to 30 level hike.
Yeah, it's just... It comes out of nowhere. I mean, luckily it's... in the vanilla game, the ace is a Pikachu, so it's not as bad to fight, but... if you're when you're not speedrunning. When you're speedrunning, if you have the Feraligatr, it's a nightmare.
It's a Pikachu that doesn't even have a light ball in Gen 2.
No, it doesn't. But it does have Thunderbolt, though.
It does. Yeah, but it doesn't hurt nearly as much as its Gen 4 counterpart.
Yeah. It's also not in the Gen 4 where it's hailing there as well.
Right, is this the circle badge? It's not.
It is not the Marsh badge, but it is a piece of candy for your troubles.
Right, so Soft Sand Girls time?
Yeah, Soft Sand Girls. You really put them off for a while.
We didn't even check this item out in the
open,
right?
I think a lot of the times a lot of times people will check that item, but I think nowadays most people will say, if I'm gonna check that item, I might as well go fight the Soft Sand Girls as well.
Yet, I mean, if you're in this situation, yeah, definitely. But it's one really quick check and one really long check, but you could pick up that item and come back later if you need for Soft Sand Girls. It's not like you are going to take a long time to get here from Goldenrod anyway.
Yeah, no, and the fight is rather trivial at this point in the stage.
It's just 2 Pokemon trainers, basically like the Falls Director, I guess.
Yeah, I mean... Okay, so at least Weiser did get through the Nuggy Hedge Maze. Does pick up his Good Rod. Oh, he didn't save before fighting him. However, his bag's full. No, you don't have to fight him, please. There you go, thank you. I was a little worried that Weiser was going to try to fight him.
He doesn't have the machine part though, and he has there's no way to get to the power plant. So.
It's the power plant that is the trigger there. The machine part, you just have to have... The machine part is normally there, and Soft Sand Girl is nothing. So, I think what's left here is Blackthorn's gym, and... Oh, Chuck!
Actually, Chuck's gym, yeah.
Yeah, because he did check the secret potion.
Actually 3 items. So...
Yeah.
It's okay.
I guess Weiser's fighting him. He opened up his back slot to fight. Oh no. Oh, it was just a berry too. That's just the worst. You hate to see it, folks.
Somewhat insulting. A good job coming here. Here's an apple.
Yeah, I think Weiser really... I think in this case, Weiser may not be aware that if he's not giving you the item, it's because the item wasn't required, and your bag is full, so you're good to go. I think the rare exception is if your bag is full and he gives you a Pokegear item, that he won't fight you.
That's super fun hobby, but you hate to see that. Yeah, this is a forced trainer view come from here.
I mean, I think it's fine. Although it's, I mean, I don't know if it's faster that if it's faster to just go through the rock Tino with Flash once you've done all the items, or just to go through the cut brush and fight this trainer and just deal with it to go to the power plant. But the problem is you can't access the power plant though.
You know, the thing is, Weiser can't even fly yet, so it's a little bit limited.
Yeah.
Besides this, what we were mentioning before, it's dragons, then a few gym leaders back over in Kanto.
Yeah, I think he has Erica, Blaine, Blue, E4.
So not that much.
And
stuff.
Surge. He also has Surge as well. In this point, Smitty's got a solid enough main that it's less of he's not going to struggle to beat he's going to struggle to complete the check. It's more of just where is that darn last badge?
Yeah, for these fights, stab doesn't really matter that much, but I mean, because he's double the level of everyone else. But I mean, stab, the bonus from stab is really huge.
Oh yeah, it's 1.5 times, and it does make a difference. Although, when you're over leveled, all you need, generally even people won't even use super effective moves just to save that small smidgen of text.
Do we think he'll struggle at Red? I don't think he will unless Red has a strong super effective move.
I think the only thing he'll be struggling off is if it's like Red has maybe a Snorlax where it's something bulky enough that even when you set up to +6 might not die and could cause problems, but his Ampharos is solid enough to take a hit or two even before setting up, so he's not going to be one-shot. I don't think there's anything that would one-shot him, even with a stab Earthquake.
I mean, maybe like Earthquake Rhydon, but you can one-shot it back before it one-shots you, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, maybe Sandslash could come close, and Sandslash does leave a surf. But
I don't think Sandslash would live a surf. Although, thankfully, he did it. So, Weiser does find his Storm Badge. He doesn't have Fly, as far as I know.
He does not. Where was it?
It was Lake of Rage items.
Right.
And there's the card key for him as well. If he continues hanging his way here, he will be able to get that radio card as well. Alright, so Surge is still nothing.
Snorlax with self-destruct. I mean, it's annoying, but it's not really the worst case scenario because it really takes care of itself. You just need to revive.
Yeah. The reason I said Snorlax is because it's got a lot of special defenses.
Yeah.
And a lot of
attack.
got a lot of attack. So it's going to hurt if it hits you.
Snorlax is probably more threatening with Double Edge than it is with Earthquake.
Oh, absolutely, because Double Edge is 120 power, and that's before you take into account Stab. With Stab, it's 180 power.
That is terrifying.
That is.
So not quite as damage as a super effective Earthquake, but really close to it.
Oh yeah. I mean... Oof. Whirlwind. Need to fight opponents with Whirlwind.
Hey. Haven't seen the duck in a while. Oh, hello.
Oh wait, the Smoochum had Thunder Punch. You know,
everyone gets a chance.
You know, I think you talked about it before, but it might have actually been I think that Smoochum with Thunder Punch would have been workable. The only problem is that still wouldn't have helped him with that Rhydon.
Yeah, absolutely. They didn't have Surf or Waterfall at this point.
Right.
So the NPC trainers do not have items on their pokes because they didn't have items in vanilla either.
Well, there's some of them that do have berries attached, like a berry.
Right.
There's a few of them. There's a few of them, but not very many.
Yeah, there are like a few Poke fans that have berries on their Pokemons, and those are not shuffled.
Yeah, those aren't shuffled. Like, for example, the more notorious one is the two Pokefans that block your access to Olivine.
Yeah, some in the National Park as well.
Oh, that's right! Those two, yeah.
But wild Pokemon can have shuffled items. That's especially funny in Bingo when you get a random TM from the card.
Well, my thing is, no, what happened to me once is that I was trying the status Sudowoodo, and the Sudowoodo, or I watched someone try the status of Sudowoodo, and the Sudowoodo had a Bright Powder attached. So I somehow, so Thunder Wave, it didn't work initially. I was like, wait, what do you mean it didn't work? It's an auto, that move always hits. Well, it's got the 5% miss chance. Or, is it 5%? Or it's like...
I think it's like 1 in 16...
A 1 in 16 miss chance.
Yeah,
or, you could be like me, where the Tauros has Focus Band and gets 3 procs of it in a row.
Yeah. That was a really good clip, must admit.
I wasn't even paying attention until I realized I attacked it for the 3rd time and it wasn't dead.
Yeah, Focus Band is 10%.
Okay, so it looks like Eric does nothing. He's saving Claire for last. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but it's understandable that it's just...
I mean, you don't agree until nothing's there.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Well, I mean, yes. I mean, at this point, as you said, it really, it doesn't matter what checks you do in the late game. It's, does this have it's all about, does this have an item or not? You never know until you actually do the check, right?
Yeah, we are pretty much in the pray it's there phase.
Oh, we're definitely in that. By the time you go to Blaine and Blue, you've got the scrapings. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point.
Yeah, I don't think we missed anything else. Alright, Blaine.
Alright. Blaine will for sure have the Marsh Badge. For sure.
Crazy guy that lives in a 20 square foot cave.
Well, I mean, his home did get burned down by... did get destroyed by a volcano.
So he went to live in another volcano.
Yes.
For truckles. But yeah, a lot of games end like this. Like the hunt for the last badge or the last couple badges.
Yes.
There's always a very, very well hidden one.
Oh yeah. It looks like Weiser was restarting to try to get the Empress, catch the Empress. All right, just a piece of metal, just an iron, just some vitamins. All right, now I think he's going for the boat now.
Yeah.
Yes. So the interesting part is he's actually going from Vermilion, so he has to be very careful not to hit that sailor in that room. The thief in the room with the sailor, sorry.
Yeah. He wants to.
No, sir, I don't want to go on the boat.
Yeah, and a step to the right.
Yeah, so a lot of times you need to get into the habit of taking a step to the right rather than down. If you take a step down, once you exit the door, you will be in vision of that thief. Of course, I somehow managed to hit him after fighting the sailor. That was when my controller was eating my inputs and ate my up input, so I immediately went left, right into him. But yeah, there you go. Clean movement, avoids fighting the thief. This trainer actually is one you can lose to.
Yeah.
You don't have to beat him. However, if you do hit the thief, you do have to beat the thief. Well, I think once you hit the boat, you'll wake back up in the... I think in this case, you wake up in the boat itself. But it does alter your center point.
So, Weiser about to cross maybe the Glyph Cave? Which, I mean, from his point of view, he doesn't do it because from his point of view, like, fly cannot be across the Glyph Cave.
Correct. Yeah, so you have to also be careful with doing this boat thing, is that you have both, because as we were saying, we have both sets of trainers loaded up simultaneously, so you'll see the overlapping trainers that kind of will Matryoshka doll you, where they'll come but one out of the other just to get you.
That's kind of cursed.
Oh, it's even worse with Spinner Hell. Where they can hit you on the stairs too. Alright, so the boat was nothing.
Yeah,
and he decides it's either Claire, Blue, or E4, and Claire sounds a lot more appealing.
That's most of the items that are left are behind here.
Yeah, so we have 5 items here. We have 2 items locked behind E4. We have 1 locked on Blue. So...
just as we approach the 3-hour mark, I mean, not even the batch hand at the end was lucky this time.
No. Yeah, so I have found, you know, I guess with experienced runners, when you do have these kinds of runs, when you're clearing out all the time, or all the items, it is sort of expected to get about 3.5 hours. That's why we generally say 3.5 hours is our worst case scenario, is that when all goes wrong, you can get all checks done in about 3.5 hours. It's a little bit slower for, I guess, for people who are newer, but I think that's generally what we plan for, right?
So Weiser's trying search again, it seems.
Unfortunately, this is not going to pay off for him, but it is a check that is in logic for him.
I mean, Weiser can do a lot of stuff right now.
I don't think Smitty thinks he's mismarked. I think it's literally just at this point, what does he feel like fighting?
He doesn't really have a lot of stuff left.
He doesn't, because he's cleaned up everything else. Sometimes it does come down to those, oh man.
Nice bird.
Wood rate 10 out of 10. Very bird. I mean, it's hard to tell. I wouldn't. I think one of the things we need to do is not assume someone's kind of mismarked their tracker necessarily. I think sometimes it's understandable to know that, hey, you know, they're just clearing things out in a little bit different order. I mean, I think Smitty. I mean, I talked to Smitty after his race, and I think. I don't think he's super. I mean, I think he's being a lot more careful though this time about that.
Man, I miss the times where you could cheat and just talk to Claire to get the item.
Oh, you can get that. I know! Everyone's like, why did you fix that bug? I mean, I think it's generally for the better, because I mean, I liked it too. I mean, I liked it still when you could actually get all the items from. You could get the basement item early too, like from. And that was way long time ago, but I think for the general health of the game it was sort of better just to make it an even space for everyone. He's picking up the leftovers in the trash can, although I think they still have the leftovers from earlier. But yeah, I know, I know, you can't save reset on the quiz anymore, and...
Yeah, this is what happens. Yeah, this is what happens sometimes. It's random. You could have said, "Oh, if I had just done this earlier," but I mean,
you can say that about a lot. I mean, even with your best, even with earlier, like, even with like your personal best around 2 hours 4 minutes. If I hadn't been checking disorder, like that's a couple, but it's like if I had done some of these checks more often, like, of course I could have gotten a sub 2 hour, right? You know, it's all those, like, you know, of course I could have gotten it much better if I had checked this better, or, you know, sooner. But you don't know to check it, right?
It's what I like to call randomizer fiction. Yeah, when we start, you know, if I had just done that, well, that's random fiction.
Oh my gosh, so we've checked out 2 of the items. There's 3 more left. And this is beyond the hardest quiz that not even Claire knows how to answer.
I have to work very slowly in this house.
Oh my gosh! No, I don't know why she walks so slowly though. Too. It's like
both of you.
Like, yeah. Well, I mean, you can't break. You don't want to break the ground, right? Oh,
there it is.
There it is. All right. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, he's still gonna get the phone call because it was on the quiz.
You're still gonna get the lost item here. Just see it.
No, just a max revive. I'll take that.
That's actually useful.
Yeah, no, considering he opened his bag slot for that one time. All right, so I think our nightmare is kind of. I think this nightmarish ROM is kind of coming to a close. Alright. You know the worst part is sometimes we talk to Oak and it's so hard to and just sometimes, like, if you're not paying careful attention, you may not realize that he's not telling you, oh yeah, I opened up Mount Silver. If you come in with less than 16 badges. But yeah, thankfully, you know, he's in go mode, he has his 16 badges. He's a little short on the healing items, so hopefully Red doesn't cause him too much trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know how much setup items he has, though. I don't know how many, if he's gone... I think he has a hit.
I mean, with a couple of XP and some X special, he's good to go.
Yeah, I don't know if he has the full X special setup though that he may want.
If he just uses 3 or 4, might be enough.
I mean, probably considering his Ampharos is level 60 something. Probably only needs the 3 or 4, as you're saying. I just hope that he has an X accuracy or guard spec.
Yeah, guard spec is a nice item to have at this point.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Weiser is fighting Erica, but unfortunately Erica has nothing as well. So he's checking all his stuff for where Fly or even Surf could be, and unfortunately it's just not working out.
Yeah, he's got more than enough.
Oh no!
Well, yeah, enjoy
There
that.
you go, Charizard. Charizard was being a good boy. He deserves a candy.
It usually happens because the menus reset when you exit a fight, when you are done with a fight. They don't reset if you open the menu for like using. Oh, good, nice lead. Good taste.
Yeah. Oh, cross chop. I mean, good taste indeed. Oh, cross chop Thrash. Okay, so it's locked into Thrash for a little bit. Red won't heal off the confusion, but he will heal for he will heal off any damage it does to himself. I think you can make an argument if he had some X defense, use some X defense here. Although, woo! Crit cross chop. Remember, cross chop, folks, for those who are maybe not as aware, is a high crit chance move. So that means it's twice as likely to crit as normal.
Actually, 4 times as likely in this generation, I think.
Oh, so 4 times? Is that how that works?
I think in Gen 2 it's 1 in 4.
Is that for even things like a karate chop?
Yeah, so all. I mean, I can't double check Bulbapedia, but I remember being like. Because normally it's 1 in 16, and in later generations, high crit chance move is 1 in 8, so it's double. But I believe in Gen 2 is 1 in 4.
Okay, I didn't know that, honestly. Oh, this Charizard didn't get so much experience. This Charizard didn't get so much experience when he beats the main. Yeah, this is also why I'm a huge advocate of X defense. He does have some X defense. I did spy in there, but he's just setting up because, of course, he only has to be scared of crits.
So yeah, it says here, moves with a high critical hit ratio is +1 to critical hit chance, except in Gen 2 specifically, which is +2. So 1 in 4.
Oh my gosh! I didn't know that. That makes Karate Chop a lot better when I think about it. Karate Chop and Slash. I didn't know it's a 1 in 4. Thank you for educating me.
Yeah, that's got my attention. I randomly looked it up. Probably by being frustrating for getting crit all the time.
Understandable.
Yeah, the thing about X defense are nice. The problem is if you get crit, it just ignores the X defense, right?
Yes.
And so if you are using X defense, you are like naturally making the setup process longer. So you are basically prone to getting crit at some point.
However, though, it does allow you to, if something would one-shot you normally, to two-shot, or it also sometimes, if you set up enough X defense, it changes how the AI attacks you. Because if they realize that they're not going to do as much of the physical damage, they'll use an alternative move.
That's an interesting fact.
Oh my gosh, that Charizard just gained like 7 levels. Wait a second!
Alright, we're gonna see a full Ampharos team.
Assassin's, what did you do to this? I know you like the sheep, but... Alright, we got Steelix, alright. Alright.
You are not going to one-shot this, I think.
No,
not quite.
It's
you might get
not
burned.
quite. Well, luckily, Red doesn't heal anything except for his ace, so...
Yeah,
yeah, there's the Nerf bat, Alakazam. it didn't have spoons or knives last time, it was just Nerf bats.
Alright, we are finally done.
GG for Smitty.
GG's for Smitty. Yep.
GG, and Wiser does take does do the forfeit as well. So we'll see if we can get them both in.
That's understandable.
Oh no, absolutely. I do not blame them in the slightest. All right. So now we have Smitty joining us. Congratulations on the victory.
Oh my gosh, I tried everything I could to lose that race, didn't I?
No, I mean I think you were still pretty far ahead. Unfortunately, Wiser got a little bit confused and didn't quite know where to go with the Tin Tower. But yeah, it was a very long, drawn out race. GG, both of you.
Oh, thank you, Wiser. Good race, dude. But yeah, I got almost last location, the last band, but oh well. It was an ugly race, but it's done.
It is how it is. In the end, you're missing one badge. You have a lot of lengthy locations to go to.
Yeah,
and it's always the last one. Yeah, it's always the last one.
Yeah, it was really hard to get progress though too. I mean, you had Storm Badge Fly being in really weird locations. You had really late surf, and on top of that, you were struggling with your Quilava.
Hey, it's my boy. It shouldn't be run, but it's my boy, and I will live. I will live by the Quilava, and I will die by the Quilava.
Well, you gotta win with the Quilava, so that's all that matters, right?
That's all that matters.
I can respect that.
Yeah, you both were running the Quilava, although I think you both had a lot of struggles with that. It was not easy.
Let me see something real quick. I never looked at the specs for it. Type floation. Oh yeah. Low special attack was so. It made itself halfway decent until we got the Empress.
Absolutely. I did want to ask your thoughts on round 2 versus Janine. Because round 1,
much easier. I was because my usual goal with that is just like, all right, I'm gonna get down here, and I made the mistake of not going to Lavender Town first. So I went to Lavender Town, would have gotten all that, and it would have sped up my game a lot. But normally I'll go down there and I will try once, and normally if I die, I'll just wipe back to the nearest Poke Center, which actually worked out well for me because Violet, I could add a check there, and I can go right over to Goldenrod. And I thought I was going to be able to scrape by and get it done, but then the Rhydon came out. So I wiped, and then I came back in with Empress, and yeah, it was a little bit easier.
Yeah, that was definitely tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other questions to Sauces? I'm still trying to figure out. I unfortunately had to step away for the race for a decent amount.
I mean, just awful luck in terms of main Pokemon at the start, and awful luck at the end also in the item hunt. So I don't know, pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's your everyday rando. It's just confirming this is the second and last race for Smitty in the group, and with a win and a loss, and he will either move on as second place or participate in a tiebreaker depending on the result of the last race in the group between Baby K and Weiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which I can't wait to see that race.
Yeah, good game, Schmitty.
Hey, Weiser, great game, dude.
Yeah. Sorry, I was on mute for most of this time. So.
No, it's all good. I'm
GG.
sorry to hear about your
Yeah.
10 tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stuck. I don't know why I completely forgot that I got all the checks, but I had to go through everything, just figured that I missed something. And then yeah, once I got to Tin Tower, I was like, okay, I've lost, but I might as well just keep going just for the fun of it. So
Yeah, you tried really hard for rocket basement really early. Was that more of a I don't know what to do, I might as well do this in case, even though it's not in logic?
yeah, I was hoping to just maybe get an edge, just because I had watched Smitty done some races beforehand, and I knew he had a little bit more experience than I did. So I was just trying to do something. But when I saw the Ho-Oh, when I was doing that basement run, I kind of got flustered, and then I didn't really know what to do, and then I lost to Janine, or not Janine, I lost to Jasmine, and yeah, I got really flustered after that, and I think that's why I forgot Tin Tower.
Understandable. I mean, that was a really mean hoe that had Thunder Punch, and there was a lot of unfortunate things, and you guys didn't really find any mains, and it unfortunately the Quilava just wasn't enough with its moveset.
Yeah, that's true.
617 bonks. But yeah, it wasn't a pretty seed, but I was
I mean,
saying.
it was good. We got the squirt bottle early. It was just the Pokemon that were involved. Like Ho-Oh was a Caterpie, right? Like
Yeah.
that was terrible. That could have been a great main switch, but like, and then Smoochum was the Suicune. So yeah, it was just
What
the
Of course,
main.
weren't any help either.
were
Yeah.
the other two rumors? I'm terrible with the prize.
Your two roamers were Tincho and Jigglypuff, so nothing spectacular either.
No.
No, and not with Surf being locked away for forever.
Where was Surf?
Ice Path.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of progress. In this case, there was, Tin Tower had a lot, but then you had the radio card, and I think, yeah, so it was just you needed a lot of progress going around, and at least the Snorlax bailed you guys both out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a decent Snorlax. I was happy about that.
Yeah.
I just want to say F you to the Lugia as well. Tried to catch it, and on the second, I was about to catch it, and all of a sudden it teleported away from me. I was like,
Yeah, he pissed
I
out.
don't need you anyway.
It says nope, not today.
Yeah, I didn't want you anyway. I got an Ambrose. It's doing me well. Forget you.
Well, I want to point out that Suicune was in Dark Cave. Had I saw that right in the beginning, I would have switched.
I
Right
meant to
away.
ask you guys. So you both repelled a lot. Did you guys think about trying to search for a main, maybe Route 37, Mount Warder, or Route 38 as an alternative?
No, I've got a bad problem of when I start going, I can only think of one thing. This next thing I'm going to. If it's other things like, hey, let's find a new main. I've got two places I'll go in Kanto, and I just don't think of anything else otherwise.
Yeah, I was in the same boat. Yeah, I understand.
I mean, it's a really fluid thing, and understandably, for both. We don't know what it could have had. For all we know, it could have been a bunch of bad Pokemon as well. So
That's true.
Yeah, we all.
I was just wondering that.
We all can't rock smash a Mewtwo, can we?
I'm never gonna live that one down, am I? That wasn't a bingo race, okay? Look, I don't choose to run the Mewtwo. It just chooses me. I tried to get rid of it. It just wouldn't go away.
Yeah. All right. Well, Wiser, your all's race is next week in the 20th, right?
Yeah, it's next week.
All right. I might see if I can help commentate for that one. I think that'll be fun. But otherwise, it's the seed sucked. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Definitely. I don't know if I have any last questions. I mean, I'll leave the floor up to you, Sasas, if you have anything left.
Well, I don't think I have anything left. So just GG to both of you, and thank you for the race. Good luck on your next races. This wasn't the last race for neither of you. Both of you have at least one more to take care of, if not more, later on. So yeah, good luck moving on. And just a reminder, this was one of the first out of a lot of races that we're going on in the tournament over this weekend. I know Snowbear is kind of struggling to keep track of everything. So just to lend him a hand, right now we have over on SpeedGaming 2 an ongoing race between Pokemon Fan and Roushmore. That's a good
Was it
race,
Speed
right?
Gaming too? Okay, okay, very good. Yeah.
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 Who won the other 10 o'clock race?
I don't know. I'll have to take a look at the race
Gotcha.
room for that.
Well,
That one looks to have been Tom.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, thank you two for commentating. And who was Tracker?
Us.
Oh,
Well, thank you for tracking as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
yeah, no, absolutely. Thank
Alright.
you both. Give both our runners both a follow. Please stay tuned. We have an ongoing race, and then after that race, we do have Wing versus Rog, Speed Gaming 5 at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and then we have Montebank versus Rob the Gamer 115 at 7 o'clock p.m. That's matches today. We have, I think, 1, 2, 3,
5 more
4,
tomorrow.
5 more tomorrow.
Lot
So
of good races.
please stay tuned. There's lots of races going on, and please, if you're at all interested, feel free to join our Discord. We are more than willing to help you out.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everyone.
Alright. Well, thanks again, and thanks to Speed Gaming as well. See you guys later.
Yep. Have a
Bye-bye.
good one, guys.
Yep,
Thank you
have a
for
good
Bye.
everything.
Yep.